Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ranting Monkey, and I'm streaming yet again because that's what I do. Somebody once, very early on when I started streaming, they're like, "This better not turn into a streaming channel." Sorry about that. It wasn't the intent. It's not what I meant to do. I do still have plans for videos and stuff, but streaming is just a lot of fun for me, and it's so much easier for me to do. Hi, everybody in chat. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button and share. Share. Sharing is caring. They taught you that in kindergarten. You should know. Tonight, I'm like prepared, you guys. The only thing I didn't prepare is guests. So if any of them show up or if I pull anybody on, that will be entirely arbitrary. I don't know why I'm yawning. I slept way too much. Last night I slept like 8 hours and I was up for just a few this afternoon. And then I went and slept for another 5 and I shouldn't be tired at all. And my doctor tells me I should be sleeping a lot more to let my body heal. And it doesn't heal, but makes the muscles and stuff feel a bit better. But that's not often a choice. Do you like Kyle Kalinske? Sometimes. Sometimes he's okay, and sometimes you can tell what a very partisan person he is. When he's being fair, he's not a bad guy. Hey, I have sex injuries. How did you know? What? Oh, Pop-Tart. I wonder if they're going to be the ones we cover tonight. We read a story on. We went over the bullet points on Lords of the Night. It was a story that popped up right near the end, and we're going to talk about the most common sex injuries, guys. And they're actually, most of them are pretty like, yeah, I guess. Who do you think won the debate, Chank or Trucker? Trucker. I still haven't watched it. I have got to catch up on my Politicon, which I think I'm going to do between streams, because while I'm doing this, I will probably still be streaming in the morning because I got way too much sleep last night, even though I'm about to yawn again. Fuck. I hate when that happens because I'm not tired, guys. I'm not tired at all. Yes, I know it's Tucker. Sorry. Can't cuck the truck. How you like that? I did that on purpose. It was not really a debate. From what I've heard about it, it wasn't it, but I didn't really see it, so I can't comment. We're going to jump right into the article because, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be making you tired. Here, I'm going to mute myself for this one. There's something about getting into a weird sleep pattern and getting ready to stream that does this to me. If you guys could hear the before part of Lords of the Night, 90% of it is me yawning. And most of the time, there's no reason for it because I'm not tired. I think this just relaxes me so much that it does that. And I'm going to use this voice to help you guys get to sleep. Dude, why are you streaming so late? I've been streaming when I get bored lately, and sometimes I do a late night monkey. I do a lot more monkey in the morning because that one seems to be a lot real popular. Is this your early morning? Is this your early morning or late night stream? This is my late night stream. I'm so out of it, I didn't realize he was yawning. We got to stop saying the word yawning because I'm going to have to keep muting myself so you don't hear it. I should not be at work, says Lucky Pop-Tart. Are you at work? Monkey sleeps so much he gets tired of sleeping. Well, actually, I don't sleep that often. The sleep I got the last 24 hours is rare, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I went in there to lay down because my legs were hurting and threw on South Park, and it was the Hell on Earth episode where Satan has a super sweet 16. And I watched all of that one, and I could not tell you what the next episode is because God damn it, stop saying yawning. I'm going to have to keep muting myself. See what you did there? Now I had dead air. Shame on you for stealing Satsu's fans off his Twitch stream. You can watch both. That's what I was doing with Lords of the Night and Satsu. I just can't watch Satsu while I'm streaming because I can't have voices in my ear other than people who are on the stream with me. Dinah says, South Park is my jam. I love South Park, especially before season 18 or so. I love those. I can just sit there and watch them forever. What's up, Monkey? Not much, me apparently, and you guys. And thanks for stopping by. So let's get into this article before I start doing it again. If you stop saying "you sons of bitches," I'm gonna have to mute myself again. I don't have little small yawns. I have giant manly yawns, y'all, and it takes a moment. These are the most common sex injuries. This comes to us from the New York Post, and it actually links to another one. The New York Post article doesn't tell us what they are, so you got to go over to the Sun, and I will throw the link in the description or not in the description. Fuck that, in the chat here if anybody wants to read it. The quartering is streaming now too. I bet I'm more interesting. Just throwing that out there. Sorry. When it comes to sex, most of us think pleasure, but sometimes there's pain, and not in the good way. It's not uncommon for men and women to experience, brace yourselves, agonizing sex injuries, from tears to burns and even broken penises. Now, the term broken penis shouldn't even exist in English because that's just horrible. Adonis, you son of a bitch. God damn it. I'm going to stop reading chat because y'all are being bastards. You're going to make me fall asleep here. New research from the healthcare company Euroclinics reveals the most common injuries sustained during a passionate romp. They asked about 2,000 Brits about their sex lives, and an incredible 22% of the 18 to 24-year-olds admitted to hurting themselves between the sheets. While you'd expect the odd carpet burn to be thrown in the mix, we all know the mood can strike anywhere. There's a few surprising, slightly strange injuries from being too adventurous in the bedroom. Most injuries for women include tears and urinary tract infections. Some get foreign objects stuck you know where, and others even have unfortunate experiences with food. By the way, if you don't know where you know where is, that's in their vajayjay. That's in their vagina. Lucky Pop Tart asks, who's the quartering? That's I forget his name, Jeremy something or another. He had a pretty successful Magic the Gathering channel, but he got into a little bit of trouble for supposedly shaming some cosplayers, and one cosplayer quit over it. She was so sad, and he started doing some streams with like Bearing and Sargon, and he's made quite the name for himself in this side of the community, which is fine. And then he just had an incident not too long ago where he went to some convention and some dude walked up and punched him out of nowhere, because he has a way of rubbing people wrong. That doesn't excuse what was done there. Frankly, if I were him, I'd have got up and beat the hell out of the guy, and I'm a cripple. But he's a controversial figure to some. I don't really think so. I just think sometimes he does rub people the wrong way because of how he speaks and what he speaks about. Peter says, I wouldn't mind getting a sex injury with Megyn. You or me both, or either, because she's pretty hot. I'd pork her. YouTube just gave me a lot of live stream notifications, and you're the only one live. Well, good. I'm glad. Thank you, Toasted Network. You heard Sam Cedar destroyed Charlie Kirk. No, I didn't, but I did hear Charlie Kirk freaked out. Again, after this, I do plan on catching up on all the Politicon stuff. I haven't caught any of it other than headlines about it, like the Alyssa Milano thing. But let's get back to our list here. Number one on the list, and this actually makes sense, is vaginal tears. Ouch, ouch, ouch. A vaginal tear is exactly what it sounds like, a small cut or tear at the entrance to the vagina or the vagina wall. In most cases, the tear will heal on its own, but if it's large, you should go see your doctor. To avoid them, make sure you use enough lube to prevent any friction. Yeah, dudes, don't go in dry, man. That's not cool. If it feels a little dry, back out. If you don't have lube, and I know this is going to sound weird, spit on it. Or get her excited. Go down there and lick the muff till it's nice and juicy so you can go in. Because How would you like it? Now, look, you guys know better. You don't like teeth on blowjobs, so don't. Excuse me. So don't pretend that you don't understand what this means. Cuts on your junk is just wrong, and don't give her cuts on her junk. Don't just ram it in there. Yeah, the quartering tends to be a little too sensational for his own good. You're not wrong, BG. That's exactly his problem. Which, by the way, it's not a horrible problem because it also gets him a lot of attention. So that's why he's well over 100,000 viewers on his second channel. Spit on it, you guys. You can look this up. If you don't have this, used to be in a lot of sex books. They would tell you that saliva is the second best lube you can use. The first best being natural lube. Bear, are you actually just getting up, or are you still haven't slept yet, man? Have her give you a small BJ before entering. That's another way to do it, Lucifer. As long as there is something I'm like Lacey Green right now, y'all. I'm going to teach you about the sex tonight. You need some kind of lubrication. Just don't fucking ram it in there. No, I've been awake for hours, mate. Oh, wow. Well, you know the drill. I'm going to shoot you the link. You don't have to, but if you want to, it'll be there for you. In case you want to come talk about broken dicks and stuff, because next up on the list, believe it or not, guys, fractured penises. Those are things that just don't. Those are words that don't go together. They don't. It's horrible, and medical science needs to figure out a way for this not to ever happen. Fractured penises. Every man's worst nightmare. A penile fracture occurs when an erect penis hits with considerable force. The penis is made up of 3 cylindrical tubes, 2 of which fill up with blood when the man becomes aroused. The tissue surrounding these tubes also expands. But if the penis is hit with force, such as a woman's pelvic bone when thrusting a little too enthusiastically, it can bend and cause a pressure overload in the tubes and in turn cause a rupture. If this happens, you need to see a doctor immediately. You don't need to tell me that. If that happens, I'm going to call an ambulance.
This conversation's making me sad that I've not even spoken yet.
Hey, Bear, how you doing? You ever fracture your penis?
No, I've never. I nearly have. Like,
so have I. When I was young, I was in a pool with a girl, and we were getting a little freaky. And I was. This is a weird point to jump in on, says Dork. Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, I've accidentally rammed into. I hit her right beside the vajayjay.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that hurt like fuck. God, that was horrible.
You ever tried to have sex in the sea?
No, I've never in the ocean or even in a lake. I've done it in pools, but that's as and bathtubs. But
tried to have sex in the sea once. Very hard. Very, 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 very hard. And not in a good way either.
To me, that just seems unsanitary. And I know that's weird, but I mean, the ocean and stuff it's dirty. It's dirty, man.
Well, I wasn't really concerned about it being dirty. I was much more concerned about, the current.
Well, once you get in there, you just hold on to her and it does it for you.
Provided you can get in.
Sai says fish pee. Well, it's not just that, but guys, don't thrust in that hard. See, we got two very good tips for you. Don't go in dry because that's not cool. It's not nice. And don't go in so hard that you could actually break your dick. I mean, how enthusiastic are you? I like sex, but Jesus fuck. Number 3 on the list is actually another pretty obvious one. It's carpet burn. Says this probably needs no explanation. We all know how that happened. As with any kind of burns, though, make sure you wash the area with cool water and antibacterial soap afterwards. Try using antibacterial ointment afterwards to keep it from getting infected.
On your knees.
On your knees. Yep. There's a real no way around that. Maybe you can put down a sheet or something, but
put down 2 pillows.
Yeah, I mean,
small pillows, mate.
So don't go in dry. Don't go in so hard you're gonna break your dick, and throw down some pillow. Be nice to the woman. Come on, man.
Just stand up and bend her over the couch, mate. It's easier.
Yeah, just do it right there on the couch. You can bend her over. She could still get in doggy style position, and you just stand behind her with one of your knees on the couch. There's lots of ways you could do it without hurting her.
You can watch TV if you go doggy style.
Yeah, indeed. I've done that before.
So
Are you ready for number 4? I think number 4 is one of my favorites.
Can I have a bit of context, please, first, Monkey?
Oh, these are the top 8 most common sex injuries.
Okay.
Number 1 was vaginal tears. Number 2 was the fractured penis. Number 3, carpet burns. And number 4, missing foreign objects in the vagina.
Missing foreign objects.
Yep.
Missing.
It says, firstly, you should never put anything in the vagina that's not designed to go in the vagina. So that's a no to any phallic-shaped fruit or vegetables. But even vibrators and other toys can get lost. If you lose anything down there, you need to see a doctor.
If you're losing a vibrator or a dildo inside your vagina, then your vagina's too big.
You know, I've actually heard of that happening because people will use like the little bullet ones.
Oh yeah. Clit stimulators or nothing.
Have her stand up and just jump. It'll come out. No, if that happens, you do need to go see a doctor. I've heard of people doing this with like fruit and shit, and they lose it in there and do nothing about it. And then like months later, they have to go to a doctor because it's got all infected and nasty.
Just get a spoon.
Get a spoon.
Yeah.
A vacuum.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's for abortion. Sorry.
Oh,
that was wrong, right?
Please tell me the banjo snap is on the list.
The what?
The banjo snap.
What is that?
You never had your banjo snap on you during sex?
Do you mean a condom break?
No, your banjo.
What the fuck are you? Okay, describe this for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, you know your helmet.
Uh-huh.
You know, on the other side of it, you have that sort of little bit of skin, that vertical bit of skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it feels really good to get licked. If that can break during sex.
No.
It's happened to a lot of friends of mine. It will snap if you fuck too hard, and it will piss blood everywhere.
Oh no.
I know a lot of guys it's happened to.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's not on the list, but you just gave me nightmares. No wonder you can't sleep knowing that shit exists.
I've known quite a few guys it's happened to.
Jesus fuck. That's another reason, guys. Make sure you have good lubrication. Holy shit.
It can happen with lube.
I just think I would die. I really do. Dork, thank you. I have a story about that. I bet you do. Sweetie, I sent you the link if you want to come in. I sent it a while ago.
Why are people saying what's wrong with me? I just have friends who fucked chicks too hard and their banjo snapped.
Yeah, he didn't invent it. He's just telling us about it.
Yeah. It happened to my friend, and he told me the story of how it happened, and he thought that he broke her vagina, and then he realized it was coming from him, and he thought he was dying.
I can imagine. I think I'd rather just die.
Apparently, the thing is that when it happens, you don't feel it.
I bet you do afterwards, though, for like the next month.
Yeah, you do afterwards. Yeah.
Hey, Dork, how you doing, sweetie?
Hey, my Twitter fucked up and it didn't, like, the message didn't pop up.
Oh, yes. I sent that a while ago. So, do you have a story about banjo snapping?
I have a story about a few things. First of all, sex in the sea is worse for women. Imagine getting sand up your mutt. Okay, sand up your mutt is no fun.
Or salt.
Yeah. Or salt, yeah, that fucks. And second of all, actually, I very much dislike my husband's ex-girlfriend because it's like scarred where the banjo snap is on my husband, right?
Oh.
So it's not as sensitive as it once was. What had happened was she was giving my husband a hand job, and she did it too rough.
Pulled down too hard?
And she pulled down too hard and fucking snapped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dark Shade. Could have lived my whole life without knowing that. You know what? This is actually better that you do know this. So if like with a hand job, if bitch is getting too aggressive, get that newspaper out. No.
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Like, it's not like you fucking going rough like a DJ on yourself. Like,
suck it, you fucking lazy cunt.
Yes, just lick it. Wow. Bear, I think you just completely fucked me up for life, man.
What?
No,
well, you haven't had it happen to you, so
yeah.
fine.
But for the record, from now on, I will be fucking very, very slowly. Don't forget to shill your stuff, Bear and Dork. Just threw the Streamlabs in there if you guys would like to donate that way, but you can also do the super chat or just share, guys. Share and like this stuff. You guys are making my boner go away.
Sorry. Oh, man. Guys, you don't want to give 30% of your money to YouTube, do you? I mean, come on.
That's right. Up next, back injuries. This is a pretty self-explanatory one.
Yeah.
Back injuries can happen during any physical activity. And actually, the next one is also, or the one after that is pulled muscles. Those are pretty common. Stretch, guys. Don't pick her up if you're not strong enough for doing that. And remember, lift with your legs.
Indeed.
Okay. Number 7's another one that I really like because of the way they describe what's going on. Number 7 is food irritation.
This sounds delightful.
Thought you'd quite literally spice things up in the bedroom with chili or peppers?
Why? Why would you do that? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Or perhaps things got a little too heated literally while you were cooking. However it happens, you're going to feel the burn unless you do something to neutralize it. Try soap and water or some milk on the affected areas and be gentle with it for the coming few days. Who the fuck brings hot peppers into the bedroom?
That's fucking stupid. Like, I understand putting it, like, in summer, putting an ice cube in your mouth and then giving head, but...
I like you so much. I really do. I don't... Who... Is this a Mexican thing? And I'm not being racist there. I know they like really spicy foods and stuff.
Gonna give you a hand job, but with a fajita.
Yes. They
do they mean like if you have an irritation by whipped cream? Like, who the fuck uses chilies?
You know, when me and Lady Monkey were still teenagers, we decided to use pudding in the bedroom one time, and she had made it all up, and she tied me to the bed, and she brings it out, and she'd had it in the fridge.
Oh.
So she puts it on me, and my junk just went, no, we're done.
I've used brandy flavored whipped cream in the bedroom.
Yeah,
and strawberries. Yeah.
What do you think Vanilla Bear would say if you said, "Hey, sweetie, let me put some ghost peppers in your junk"?
I don't think she'd say anything. I think she'd punch me.
Who the fuck does that? Thank you, Gregory Hurst. Deliverance is now the second scariest banjo scenario. Yes, indeed. But yeah, be careful with what you guys bring in the bedroom if you're going to be playing with food.
Is it considered irritation? Okay, is this story? There's this chick I knew in high school. She was masturbating with a cucumber, and it got stuck. Is it irritation if it's like stuck and won't come out, or is it getting lost in the vagina? Like,
that would be lost in the vagina. That is a missing foreign object in the vagina. That was number 4.
Use a spoon to get it out.
No, she sit there and have.
If you really want to spice it up, use a fork.
She stunk after a week. I tell you.
Just pour some ranch dressing on it.
Wait. She stunk. How long did she leave it in there?
Until it came out itself.
Oh my god!
Let's get a pressure washer, flush that shit out.
Oh my god!
No, she went to a doctor after a while because it stunk.
I agree.
Fucking sit there and have dinner.
Use a spork to get it out. You can't go wrong with a spork.
Well, they use a spoon and a pap smear, so yeah, get a spoon.
All you got to do is pour ranch dressing on it and put it in front of an American. We get it out.
There you go, boom.
Fuck yeah.
Finally, number 8, urinary tract infections. Some women are unlucky enough to suffer through these even without sex, just by wearing tight clothes. However, You got a UTI, the pain is real, and you want it gone fast. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water to flush out any bacteria, and see a doctor in case you need antibiotics.
Yes, also women, drinking plenty of water is good, but make sure at least 40 minutes after sex, you go to the toilet and urinate, and that will keep away UTIs completely, because that gets all of the...
UTIs aren't always sexual, though, are they? It's just a bog standard water infection.
Yeah, but if you get a UTI from sex, like it just lowers your risk of getting a UTI if you pee like 40 minutes after sex. It helps.
After sex, go wash your shit.
Go clear your tubes.
Yeah, get that out of there. So what did we learn tonight? We learned don't go in dry because that's rude.
Don't fuck in the sea.
Don't fuck in the sea. Don't jam it in there real hard because there's a chance you're gonna break it if you miss.
If she's dry, spit on it.
Spit on it.
Well, hang on. Like, what if you're not dry? What if the guy's just too big?
Spit on it a lot more.
Yeah, you just need a lot more spit.
It doesn't matter how much lube I use. My husband tears me all the time.
You're not fucking enough then, are you?
Wait, do you have a little Asian plot? Or is he just like...
I'm a small girl, okay?
He's got to break you in. He's got to stretch you off a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't give birth naturally, so that might have
sunroof, baby.
Hey.
Yeah, what he needs to do, you need to get like 3 vibrators that are different sizes, and you start with one.
Oh my God.
Work up to your size, sweetie. Just saying. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to do that. We're gonna have people actually start proposing to you in chat. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, that's advice for other girls too, because other women have same issues, I'm sure. Unless you're a fat feminist, then you're fucking flowing in the wind. You know what I mean?
Good night, Stargazer. Next up, we're going to talk about blackface. Is that okay, Bear? Because you're almost blackface.
No, I'm golden face.
You're golden face.
Yeah.
You got that wonderful golden brown.
Golden brown.
Did you see what Megyn Kelly? She got in trouble the other day. Well, actually, it was today she got in trouble.
Oh.
This is actually what caused the trouble. She asked her columnist, "What is racist?" Because truly, you get in trouble if you are a white person who puts on blackface at Halloween, or a black person who puts on whiteface for Halloween. Back when I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing up as a character. That's what caused the problem.
Okay. Well, was that one tweet? Was it?
No, she said this on her show today.
Okay.
And a lot of
drama, is it?
Yes, because you can never have blackface because it used to be the minstrel shows and all that. And I'm kind of with her on this. If you're dressing up for Halloween, and say this is the one I've used because I would really like to dress up as LeBron James for Halloween. I like his beard and everything. But if I dressed up like that, I would just look like I was dressing up like a Muslim. I would have to do the makeup on my face to make me look black. Is that racist? I would say no.
I don't think so. Not if you're just a big fan of that person and you're trying to imitate that person.
I think it matters what your intent is. If your intent is to dress up as somebody for Halloween, that's different than if your intent is to dress up and make fun of black people, which is what the blackface minstrel show things were.
Well, this is a point that I brought up in my last video, where the topic of blackface was brought up. Context and is king when it comes to this shit.
Indeed. Thank you. Why can't people get that?
Context and intent is king.
One thing I never understand is how people can say that blackface is extremely racist, but whiteface isn't. Because you see black people paint white on their faces, making fun of white people sometimes.
Over here, it's
people don't think that's racist.
Over here, they're starting to push that.
Well, good, because it's both racist. If you're going to call one racist and not the other, that's just stupid.
But see, I would prefer they just drop the whole racism part of it. Like this all started, let's be honest, the whole Halloween thing and cultural appropriation, because that's another thing that a lot of people brought up. I can read that tweet. Let me find this tweet because this bitch pissed me off today. We didn't get to read this tonight, but where is that? Here it is.
Well,
Kirsten Powers has been pissing me off a lot lately, but this is the one. She said, "Dear white people who are upset that you can't dress up as another race or culture for Halloween, your feelings don't matter. The only feelings that matter are those of who feel disrespected, mocked by you appropriating their culture for entertainment. Show some common decency."
Oh, whatever.
This whole cultural appropriation of Halloween thing started because a couple of guys at a college bitched that some people were dressing up as Mexicans with the big old sombreros and the ponchos and all of that. That's not racist, but it's become racist because reasons.
It's not hurting anyone. I mean, we only got Halloween here recently. Growing up, Halloween wasn't a thing here. So it only started getting big in the last 5 to 10 years. And with it getting big from the start, it was, oh, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. They were fucking getting pissed off at children at schools dressing up as Moana because they wanted to be a Disney princess because they're white and they're dressed up as Moana. I mean, leave the fucking kids alone. They're just being kids. They don't see color. Children don't give a shit if you're black or white or fucking yellow. The left is pushing to keep racism just to fucking just stop talking about it. If you keep perpetuating it, it's gonna get worse and worse. Just leave it go.
I like when you go off on rants. That's awesome. Real quick, Jay Hess says, "No, you're fine. I was being sincere there." Jay Hess says, "Offense is given, not taken," and I agree with you. But what she said there is that the offense, not what Dork just said, but that tweet I read is that them taking offense is what matters, and that's fucking nonsense. It's fucking nonsense. Anyway, Megyn Kelly, as you might expect, apologized for her comments. She wrote a memo to her colleagues. It says, "One of the most wonderful things about my job is that I get the chance to express and hear a lot of opinions. Today is one of those days where listening careful to other points of view, including from friends and colleagues, is leading me to rethink my own views."
Is that right? That doesn't seem sincere at all.
She was talking about what she saw when she was a kid and how it's changed, and she doesn't really see why it's changed, and she's rethinking her views. Bear, if I dressed up like you and painted my color the same as you, would you be offended by that?
I would be honored. I would probably laugh my ass off, to be honest. Especially if you started acting like me.
That would be awesome.
Well, you wouldn't have to paint much of a color, would you?
I would. Well,
just a slight bronze.
I am very, very white. I would need quite a bit of makeup. I just don't get. I mean, we are so far from minstrel shows and what those were. That the idea that somebody dressing up as a famous black person would be doing the same thing is fucking retarded. And I just don't understand why people. Patton Oswalt is one of the people who, of course, got offended by this because he's offended by everything these days with his little believe women. I want to punch that dude in the face. I really do. I hate him, and not anything.
Oh God.
It's a visceral thing. It's not. You ever been like that, Barry, where there's just somebody you just want to hit?
Yeah, there's a lot of people though for me.
Yeah,
I'm an angry fucking guy, dude. I want to hit a lot of people.
Iron Man did it in a movie. Yes, he did. He not Morton Downey, Robert Downey Jr. In what was the name of that movie with Tropic Thunder? Is that what it was?
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious.
The point was brought up in the movie regarding blackface and stuff. what was actually offensive about it is the fact that they chose to hire a white guy and then do blackface, whereas they could have just hired a black guy to play the actual character. That is why why it's offensive, not because they blacked him up.
But the acting was so good. It's an American guy playing an Australian guy playing a black guy. I mean,
yes.
Oh, this goes back to our previous article. Thank you, Cryptic. This was over on my Streamlabs. $5 says, I have seen women shove coins in their vag and give change, peel and cut bananas, and shove a snake up there while I was living in Japan.
oh my God, why?
As a Navy brat, the stories I've heard about what women can do with their vag is amazing. Yeah, I've heard about the change thing before. That was very popular in the Philippines. Yeah, women, you can do a lot of things with your vag if you work out them muscles right.
Oh yeah, there's like beyond many things you can do. Like people honestly, like people think that only certain women are squirters, but if you get the right area, all women are squirters. Every woman can squirt. It's a fact. All right.
I'm just sitting here thinking about how many people are listening to you talk with their wang out. Guys, put your wang away. That's not what the show is for.
God damn.
It's not.
The other story I have tonight, and this one's personal to me. Brother of man stoned to death by monkeys wants them charged.
The monkeys charged?
Yes. Did you hear about the story of this guy who was stoned to death by monkeys?
I did not, but why did you stone a guy to death?
We didn't. I think we were set up. We were set up. They're trying to take it out on the monkeys. The brother of a senior citizen stoned to death by a group of rogue monkeys has called for the violent animals to be charged.
And how are they gonna charge monkeys when monkeys don't even have all the rights yet? You need to give monkeys more rights.
Was it a human doing monkey face?
Yeah, that's what that's what it was. They were just expressing their social outrage.
Oh, okay.
Why are we putting W's in the chat? Press W for wang out. Adam, don't do that. You're bad. You're bad. Stop it. Go sit in the corner.
You're a very bad man. I don't know.
That was a good one too. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Let's see. Darampel.
How fucking stupid do you have to be to as if a monkey could understand the ramifications of its actions? Like,
well, I don't know if that. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can actually put them on trial, which is, I guess, what he's asking for. Let's see. These rogue monkeys are the real culprits and must pay for it. We have given a written complaint against the monkeys, but the police don't seem to be convinced enough. Convinced enough to what?
Just go out and shoot them.
The local police chief responded, "How can we register a case against the monkeys? This will make us a laughingstock. I don't think it's a logical demand." I think he's right.
Yeah, I agree with the police there.
How are they going to discriminate against monkeys? What's this world come to? There's discrimination against monkeys, against bears, against ghosts. I mean, all lives have to be entangled, right?
But those monkeys need representation.
Indeed, they do. They need somebody to go up there. They need Michael Avenatti to go over there and stand up for them.
They don't deserve to be punished, surely.
Well,
cruel and unusual punishments and all that.
They're antagonistic.
This is what they did. They picked up bricks, climbed into a tree, and then threw them down at this man.
Perhaps they were trying to build.
Maybe.
A bunch of brick-laying monkeys and they had an accident.
If that's what they did, I would cut down the tree.
Just go shoot him.
I don't know what that's going to fix, cutting down the tree. They'd find another tree.
No, cut down all the trees and then they can't do it.
Or go throw bricks back at them. If you want, I guess.
I mean, in South Africa, don't they just shoot the monkeys if they're too much of a nuisance? Like,
yeah, there's places they do that. I'm not for killing these monkeys. I say leave my people alone.
Yeah.
They went to the police about this. What are you going to handcuff?
Yeah, what the fuck are the police gonna do? Honestly,
That's
I hate
funny.
people.
Well, it's not. Well, it's funny, but it's not funny. So at the end of the day, someone did get bricked to death by a gang of evil monkeys.
They're not evil.
They are evil. They use bricks.
I don't know how racist this is, but the guy that wanted to build a case against the monkeys, was he black?
No, this was in India. He's off-white.
Oh, okay. Asian then. All right.
Yeah. You know how them Asians feel about monkeys.
Yeah.
I just can't. If one of my family members wanted to go to the police to formally press charges against a monkey, I think I would have him locked up.
Had their ass committed for that shit.
Yeah, look, I understand you hate the monkeys now. And if you went out there and shot him, like Bear suggests, I would understand. But going to the police over it, really? Y'all need to get your lives together. That's all I'm saying. You Indians. With that out of the way, how you guys doing tonight? How you doing, Bear?
I'm all right, mate. I tried to have an early night because I was tired. I went to bed at 9. Woke up at 2. Been playing Grand Theft Auto online most of the night with Drunkle and just sort of finished, and now I'm here.
I've been playing a little bit of GTA Online. I haven't done much on there. I'm really looking forward to Red Dead. I can't wait for that to come out. I'll be playing there online a lot.
Yeah.
Nighthawk, thank you. Late night snack monkey on me. Just for curing my boredom. I would never shoot you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That you never shoot me. And thank you for the donation.
Hells yeah.
And I hope I cure boredom. I don't know how successful. Why? Thank you. How are you doing, Golf? Dork? Golf?
Dork. People call me Dork or Dorky.
I always call you Dork. I don't know why I just called you Golf.
Because I put Golf City in my name. It was just Dork Oracle, but everyone's got Golf City in their name now. I'm doing all right. I was really bored before you started streaming, so I don't have any of the games that people are playing now. Unfortunately, they cost a lot of money in Australia. Like, if it's $50 USD, then you can imagine how much it is in AUD.
Yeah.
Like, most games here are like $90 to $100, and like, fuck that for a game. Jesus. So, being quite bored.
How are you, Monkey?
Not too
how
bad.
Are you?
I'm so ready for Red Dead. That's why I went and I loaded up my GTA 5 and I didn't realize I hadn't finished it. So I went through and finished that. I only had like 5 missions left. And I sit here looking at games to play, and I just can't. I want Red Dead now. I am so looking forward to that game. I've wanted a good cowboy game for a long time. And since I'm PC only, my only real choices are Gun, which I played a long time ago, or and doesn't really hold up anymore, or Call of Juarez.
I had Gun.
Gun was awesome. It just the ending was shit, and it could have been a little bit more open-minded. The monkey article reminds me of the song "Evil Evil Monkey" from Family Guy.
Evil Evil Monkey. Yeah. I'm gonna go get McDonald's breakfast in a minute, I think.
Yeah, what are you getting?
Yeah. Probably get a sausage and egg McMuffin, probably.
Oh, fancy!
I'm addicted to the McGriddle, the sausage McGriddle, and I haven't put cheese on it. It's awesome.
I quite like the wrap that they have.
What's a McGriddle?
A McGriddle is basically a small pancake with syrup already inside of it.
Yo.
So it's basically 2 pancakes with sausage and cheese on it. It's so American of us.
What the fuck?
Red Castry says, "Is it odd that I'm not excited for Red Dead 2 at all?" No, not if it's a game that you wouldn't be interested in.
Oh my god, it's a polytab.
Polly. Polly's not talking to us.
All right then.
You take joy and then wandered off.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know.
There we go. Okay.
There you are. Oh, yeah. Hi, Polly. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Hey, surprised you were streaming this early.
How's your banjo?
It's doing good. Little out of tune, but it's okay.
Oh,
you haven't
that's
broken
not
it or anything?
good.
No.
Good. Get Coach Red Pill back on.
You
Terry.
Need to get that shit in tune, Polly. I mean, call up some girls. Jesus.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
I'm gonna send out one more link here, or one more invite.
Are you inviting?
Hammer.
Oh, nice.
To him in a little while.
Whilst you've got all those people on, I'm going to go to McDonald's. I shall return.
Enjoy. We'll see you when you get back.
All right.
See you later, Bear.
Be back shortly.
The other story I have tonight is kind of sad.
No.
Kindergartner parties alone after no one shows up to his birthday bash. And
Shit happens.
This one I'm actually going to show. I'm gonna screen share this because you got to see this little kid. It's so sad. It's so sad. Look at his little face.
Poor kid.
But now look at. They said he partied alone. Look at how much pizza is gone. So he wasn't alone. Somebody was eating his pizza. But
That's really sad.
Even free pizza couldn't attract any pint-sized partygoers to a 6-year-old's birthday. An Arizona mom says none of her son's kindergarten friends showed up to his birthday party after she sent 32 invitations to classmates. I don't mean to laugh, but that's so fucked up. The boy Teddy held a birthday bash on Sunday at Peter Piper Pizza in Tucson, where he and his mother had been expecting dozens of little boys and girls, as well as the children's parents, to join them at the restaurant. But nobody showed up.
He's going to have that memory for life, the poor kid.
He is, but it actually turns out okay for him. The city's professional soccer club, the Phoenix Rising, invited Teddy to join 7,000 of his closest friends at a playoff game on Friday. And the Phoenix Suns invited him to watch a game at the stadium against the Los Angeles Lakers recently. So it sucks for the poor kid that nobody showed up, but he got to go party with some world-class athletes. So I have a feeling that'll be stuck in his head a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I just wonder if maybe she put the wrong date on it, or
well, maybe people forgot. Like, that's how no one showed up to my 21st.
No one showed up to your 21st birthday?
No.
That's so sad.
Yeah, shit happens.
Did you get to party with any world-class athletes because of it? You should have posted that.
But like, the more important birthday here is 18 because that's when you start drinking.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, here's 21. So,
yeah.
Hammer, how you doing, bud?
Good. How you doing, Monkey?
I'm as good as I get, man. And I mean that sincerely this time. I'm actually mostly pain-free. I just can't feel my hands very well.
Really? I thought you'd be asleep if you're pain-free.
No, I slept all day, man.
Oh, very nice.
I slept like 8 hours last night. Got up, did my stream this morning. Hit Twitter for about an hour. Laid down to watch some TV because I was in a little bit of pain and passed out. I woke up to Lady Monkey going, "Your alarm's going to go off in a minute. Dinner's on your desk." I'm like, "Thank you, sweetie."
That's nice to have a pain-free day. I know that you struggle with that on a pretty regular basis. So,
yeah, right now I'm just numb, which is it doesn't sound good, but it's so much better. Comfortably numb, yeah. I really am.
Evening, Dork. Hello, Polly.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a suggestion for you, Dork. There are excellent games out there that most machines can run that are free and a lot of fun. I'm a big Smite player.
Oh, Smite's great.
Okay.
I've been recently turned on to Heroes of the Storm. If you can run, if you can run any normal game, you can run Heroes of the Storm because it runs like nothing on my machine, no problem at all.
Awesome. Thank
And
you. I'll look into
it's a
that.
blast. It's really a blast. I have a lot of fun playing it. I'm just here to
Thanks for
help.
that.
You know, that's what I'm here for. Where's
You're a
Coach?
good helper. What'd you ask?
Where's Coach Red Pill? I want my shot. You know, title.
I want my shot.
I want my shot.
Sinatra said earlier in chat, just a little bit up. It's like CRP keeps taking L's, and it's like, man, he ain't got no more room for L's. Hammer, like, come on, just let it go.
Wait, was Sinatra in chat?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I would have shot him the link. Are you still here, bud? I'll bring you on. I didn't realize I haven't been reading chat because those assholes were trying to make me yawn earlier. When I first started, I was yawning a lot, and they kept putting the word yawn into. How many of you are yawning right now? I'm not, because it's gone. Fuck y'all. I can understand after 21, but at least make it a great last birthday. A last birthday. I don't ever want to know it's my last birthday. I'm just throwing that out there.
BG says pick a fight with Hammer. Hammer picks fights with me.
Oh yeah, it's my fault.
Now, do you guys disagree politically? Is that what does it, or is it more like? 'Cause I know you guys disagree sometimes on movies and shit, right?
We disagree Star Trekically.
Oh,
Yeah, Star Trekically. Yeah, I don't even think that we have. It's like I'm trying to think of a political disagreement we have.
We have a thing, Polly. It's kind of not everybody knows about this. Just the minions do. But Polly and I have a thing about arguing. We like to argue. So if somebody has a strong opinion about something, the other guy will automatically take whatever the opposite opinion is. We'll argue about it.
Oh yeah,
Just for the sake of arguing. It's strange, but it's fun. It is so much fun.
It does allow you to hone your skills because it doesn't get emotional, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like you can get God on a small point and walk yourself into something without realizing it. So it's a parry and dodge thing. It's fun.
Nighthawk has clarified he meant the last birthday until 21 and not your last birthday ever. All right, that makes me feel a little better about what he was talking about there. Did you guys hear about the rapper who died on the airplane stunt?
I did. Yeah, on the wing of a Cessna.
I heard about the little boy not getting his birthday friends to join him. I heard about that, but what's the deal with the rapper?
A Canadian rapper fell to his death while attempting to perform a stunt for an upcoming music video, which involved rapping on the wing of an airplane while it was in the air. Basically what happened is he goes out into the wing, and it causes the plane to start going into a downward spiral.
Oh, that's so funny.
Whoever was piloting it, I'm guessing, hadn't done this before with somebody on the wing. So they're getting really close to the ground, and the rapper doesn't let go until it's far too late. He finally lets go, but there's no time for his parachute to open. So he lets go, hits the ground, and the plane is able to land safely.
Yeah.
Faithless says he went out too far. That could be it too. He's not a professional stuntman. Wow, are you kidding me? No, this actually happened. What's his name? John. What the fuck?
Darwin.
John. He goes. John James was his name. John James McMurray, but that's not what he went by professionally.
2018 award winner.
Yeah. You got to know what you're doing. Just hire a fucking stuntman. Or we talk about, just do it on a green screen. You can make that look so real these days. Terry Diamandis, thank you. Did they get a ticket for littering for leaving the rapper on the floor? Oh my God. That's bad, dude. That is bad. Apparently Canadian rappers just hit the ground.
Read Mr. Adam.
Dan, what'd you say? Will they still release the video though? Probably. It'll be his biggest hit. Too soon? Biggest hit. Okay.
I got it. I thought it was fun.
Let's see. Does stupid make a sound when it hits the ground? I'm betting it did. I am betting it did. Yeah, what he should have done is probably let go immediately. But yeah, the plane just started going down, and apparently he grabbed on for dear life, which was the wrong thing to do.
Can you blame him though? Like all of a sudden the plane starts going down and you just sort of freak and go, ah! You hold on to the only thing solid around you, if you know what I mean.
If you have a parachute and a plane is going down, get away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
You
know?
guys know of this actor, Misha Collins?
Misha Collins, no.
Has some roles in some things. Not exactly a small follower base on Twitter. 2.9 million followers.
Oh shit.
Yeah. In any case,
I know him. He's from shit. The Supernatural. He played the alien.
okay.
Yeah, I expect he has a huge following.
Yeah, he's also not shy about his politics, of course.
Of course.
You would looking at his site, it's like, vote. Our future depends on it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And David Duke sent out this tweet because, of course, David Duke did. Trump is a nationalist and he does believe in the rights of all Americans. But the difference in Trump is that he also defends the rights and heritage of white people, and white people love him for it. That's why the Zio nationalists don't like him. Then Misha Collins responds, this is great. A leader of the KKK is once again endorsing Trump. This is all the reason you need to #vote blue to save America.
No, we saw this during the election. Trump is not responsible for who endorses him.
No, he's not. No more than Misha. You are responsible for voting Democrat and therefore endorsing NAMBLA because they vote Democrat.
So David Duke endorsing Pocahontas, that means people shouldn't vote for her either, because that means she's a fucking KKK member or white nationalist.
Well, if you try using that very good logic on them, it doesn't work.
I mean, there's crazies on both sides. Like NAMBLA has their advantages in voting Democrat, so therefore they do, and they fully endorse them. So what are you endorsing? Pederasty and pedophilia by voting Democrat? No, of course not. Don't be stupid. And in the same way, Misha, get a clue. You know,
NAMBLA means North American Man Boy Love Association for chat, just in case you didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, Opie just said, isn't that the Man Boy Love Club? Yeah, it is. A lot of people think that they came about as a joke after South Park. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
They're into what do they euphemize it as? Intergenerational love.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with loving a little boy. Yes, there is, you sick freak.
I think people have a hard time with the word nationalism. I think that's really the key to a lot of this, because I got a tweet before I got online here saying that the Nazis were nationalists. But what the guys posted was what the party was. It's Nationalist Socialist Workers Party. They always forget that the first word is a descriptor of the second word. Just like socialist or democratic socialist. The first word's irrelevant. It's the second word that's important.
Well, we've heard so much about white nationalism.
Right. And that's a different thing.
It is. It's a completely different thing. For the record, guys, just throwing this out there, a little bit of news for you. At least one winning ticket was sold for tonight's $1.6 billion Mega Millions jackpot. So at least one person won.
And that person touched me inappropriately 30 years ago.
Yes, me too. They did.
Nice.
This was sold in South Carolina, guys. So if you're in South Carolina and you have a ticket, check it out.
Oh man, I need to stop scrolling through Twitter.
Yeah, if this is the only ticket sold, their lump sum will be $904 million.
And they'll blow through it in 2 years.
Yeah, they will, because most people are too dumb to win the lottery. What were we just talking about? Oh, the nationalism thing. I think Trump did that on purpose. I really do.
Just to go.
There's so many words he could have used. He could have said patriot. He could have said that I'm an American and proud of it. I think he chose that just to troll him. I really do.
Fucking with the left, isn't he?
Yeah, I do.
I still don't know if I agree with that, because let me just be a contrarian for a second.
Of course you will.
Well,
and that's why I love you, Polly. Keep going.
I would never presume to do so in the face of the master. I'm just, trying my hand at it. You said he could have used the word patriot, or he could have used, I love America. Okay. Mm-hmm. When he said, make America great again, everybody all over cable news, sans Fox, was saying, no, this means make America white again. We know it. Like, they'll just take whatever and make it whatever, right? If he would have said, I'm a patriot, it would have been immediately compared to, I would wager patriot prayer. Oh, see, white nationalist group. Doesn't matter. They're led by a Samoan. What difference does that make? We got a narrative here. If he would have said, I love America, he loves America of the 1950s when white privilege was everywhere. Like, my point is, it's like, yeah, I hear you about the nationalist thing, but I really am not certain it was deliberate. I think it was another further statement of him saying, I'm putting America first. He said so in his inaugural speech, and he said so to his base when he was in a soft room at a rally. I don't think he was trolling.
Gutenberg says this Showtime's bullshit. For the record, I will be doing a morning stream as well. What's a good time for you for the morning stream? Because I'm not going to sleep tonight. After this, I'm going to go check out all the Politicon stuff that I've missed because I keep getting asked about it, and I do want to be educated. What are you saying?
Have they posted? Has Politicon put any posts up?
I don't know if they have or not. I know there's videos from it floating around.
Oh, there absolutely is. Some better than others, but you can choose between them.
Right?
Someone's camera phone recording, and
I've been waiting for that and Mythicist Milwaukee videos to go up because I want to see both of them.
No, the Politicon stuff's up, man. You can check it out now.
Yeah, the Mythicist stuff is out, as far as I know.
Oh, awesome.
I think you're going to be disappointed.
Nah, my girl's on there, so it's going to be all right.
I'm trying to keep up myself.
I don't want to get away from what Polly just said there, so I'm going to bring it back just for a minute. I get what you're saying. No matter what he said there, it would have been turned on the news to look how racist he is. It wouldn't have mattered what he said. But even with that, he could have said any of those, and it would have been much easier to defend than the nationalist thing. I think that wording was chose specifically to fuck with the people that are going to do it. He threw them the biggest bone he could have.
Don't get me wrong. I'm hoping you're right. He was trolling. Like, I'd like to think that was the case.
I think they do that a lot, and because nationalist does not mean it has no negative connotation. It really doesn't. If you look up the definition, I think the first word that comes up is patriotic.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with liking the country you're in. Your leader should be nationalistic. What you want them to be Trudeau? I mean,
I can't believe you just had to say that. There's nothing wrong with liking the country you're in. Welcome to current year. Fuck.
How dare he like this country? What a dick.
Oh, yeah. It's like the whole argument saying that, like, you support Australia and you want to celebrate Australia Day. Oh, that's just so racist. So you're against Aboriginals, and it's not Australia Day, it's Invasion Day. That's the date that the fucking boats landed on Australian shores. Fuck you. It's like, just off, dude.
They've done that with Columbus Day here. It's now, what is it, Indigenous People Day also?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
They called it Invasion Day here. That was a better name for it than
I think
Indigenous
Invasion Day is
People
beautiful.
Day.
I wish they were that straightforward here. Invasion Day. That chick got found guilty. Wife found guilty of kidnapping husband's missing ex-mistress. And that's sad because she's a beautiful girl.
She's a young girl too.
She is. The one on the left there, guys, is the wife. The one on the right is the mistress, and she went missing. Right. And Wifey Poo here has been found guilty. She'd claimed that it was no big deal that his husband was banging her because they had an open marriage. Like, yeah, you're perfect. You're perfectly fine with him tapping that young thing. Fuck off. Don't lie to me. The jury deliberated for less than a day before convicting her of plotting with her husband to kidnap the poor girl.
With her husband?
Yeah,
apparently.
I've lost the plot now. I thought she was kidnapping her like out of like anger that he was hitting it.
Haven't you ever seen this story before where, wife finds out or girlfriend finds out and together they decide to get rid of the girl because that his guilt pushes him to follow the crazy bitch?
No, I never have seen that story before. This isn't a common occurrence.
There was a really big story. Maybe you were too young, Polly. What was it? The guy was in a military academy.
All right.
and he had a really crazy bitch girlfriend, and he fucked this one girl at a party, and she found out and guilted him into helping her kill kill the other chick. Yeah, it happens quite often, actually.
This is off topic, but I don't know why what you were just talking about just jogged my memory. Remember the story of the woman who worked for NASA that put on the diaper to drive across the country to get at the mistress?
Yes. Oh my God, yes, I do.
I love that story so much. How long does it take to pull over and take a dump? Seriously, you wore a diaper?
What the fuck?
You may want to explain this one to Dork. I don't think she's heard this.
We got to look it up, right? I mean, this is
What the fuck is wrong with that person? Why would you want to sit in your own shit?
Because she was that. She needed to get there as fast as possible. No minutes to be wasted.
Yes. She
Oh my God.
She was determined.
Jesus.
Are you pulling it up, Holly?
I'm looking it up. I can't believe I'm typing in NASA diaper cross country. This is
well, you know, astronauts kind of wear a diapery thing, so you might find stories about that.
I found a couple articles on Twitter that what the fuck?
Oh God! See, I thought she was just a NASA employee. No, she was a legit astronaut, man.
Yeah.
Oh no! I thought she was just like a engineer, technician, or something. Okay, a NASA astronaut.
Well, real quick, while you read that, I'm going to go refill my drink. I'll be right back, guys.
All right. So here we go, guys. A NASA astronaut who was arrested after driving hundreds of miles to confront a romantic rival appeared in court this morning, facing charges that included attempted kidnapping and was ordered released on $15,000 bond. The astronaut, Lisa Nowak, 43, who flew on a shuttle mission last summer, mostly kept her head down during the preliminary appearance in Orange County, Florida, but nodded to say yes a few times when the judge explains that she was not to have any contact with the other woman, identified as Colleen Shipman, a captain in the Air Force, according to media reports. Nowak, who is a Navy captain working for NASA, was also ordered to wear a tracking device. The Orlando police alleged that Nowak drove 950 miles from fucking Houston to fucking Orlando wearing adult diapers in a used in space and disguised herself in a dark wig, glasses, and a trench coat to confront Shipman in the parking lot of an Orlando International Airport area, according to a police affidavit. Nowak considered a rival for the affections of a fellow astronaut, Bill Offlinen, according to the affidavit. The Orlando police said that Nowak followed Shipman to a parking lot at the airport where Shipman entered her car. Nowak approached the car window and tried to open the door. When Shipman would not open the door, Nowak began to cry, the police said. Shipman cracked the window and Nowak sprayed pepper spray into the vehicle. Brilliant.
Is this bitch insane?
Nowak felt she needed to meet with Shipman and discuss the details of their relationship with the male astronaut, the police statement said. Nowak was arrested Monday and also charged with attempted vehicle burglary with battery, destruction of evidence, and battery. Her court appearance was broadcast live on television. I don't doubt it, man. Stations displayed file photos of the astronaut smiling broadly in her orange space jumpsuit, juxtaposed alongside of a mugshot of Nowak after her arrest, her brow furrowed and hair splayed in different directions. In court, her attorney argued that she was an excellent candidate for pretrial release because she had no criminal record, and that he saw no attempt to kidnap, but rather an attempt to speak to someone in their vehicle. He said that Nowak had an exemplary record of her commitment to her space career and to her country, et cetera, et cetera. The state attorney said that the facts indicated a well-thought-out plan to kidnap and perhaps injure Shipman. A NASA official told the court that before the incident, Nowak, who is married with 3 children, and Shipman were strangers. Holy shit, she was married and did all this.
Oh my God.
Get this. She's married, drives across the country in a space diaper to confront Shipman over this guy that they're both having an affair with when she's married with 3 kids. Okay.
What the fuck?
During a check of the parking lot, an officer followed Nowak and watched her throw away a bag containing the wig, a BB gun. They also found a steel mallet, a 4-inch folding knife, rubber tubing, rubber gloves, $600 in cash, love letters, all in bags in her car, the police said. Holy shit, look at that woman.
What the fuck?
During the July shuttle mission last year, NOAC's tasks included operating a robotic arm. Offland served on a mission for the Space Shuttle Discovery in December.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean,
and this is a smart woman.
Yeah,
I mean,
she just wanted to talk to her, so she brought a 4-inch folding knife, a steel mallet, rubber tubing, rubber gloves. Come on, you.
Well, she really wanted her attention.
Yeah.
Damn.
I
have 2 article titles for you. Okay. The first one is "Forget Knives. Is chopping your food with your teeth the future of food prep?"
God, I saw that fucking article.
Mm-hmm. And the second,
Before you get to the second, on that first one, they actually show this woman chew up a carrot and spit it into a serving bowl.
Yep.
Like, you nasty bitch. Don't feed that to people.
Do you want to see if I do a screenshot?
Real quick, people in chat are saying this is something that happened a while ago, right? Oh, yeah. It's just when Monkey was mentioning this other story, it jogged my memory. Remember this story? Because, I mean, that's a fucking classic. It was worth revisiting, I thought.
Yeah, we were talking about crazy bitches. What's the other story there?
The other headline is 25% of millennials say they have PTSD from the 2016 election, study says.
Oh yeah, we read that one on the show last night, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Send it to me because we'll cover it here.
What was your comment, Monkey? This is proof that people don't have enough to do or something like that on Twitter?
I said this is proof that we have it way too good in this country.
Yeah, like that's, or maybe, I mean, that's part of it, but it's just the meaning of PTSD has been watered down to the point where somebody can say, I feel mildly anxious. Oh, you're suffering from PTSD, you know?
Do you remember George Carlin talking about it? PTSD way back when used to be called shell shock.
Oh, I remember. That bit was great.
It is. He goes, what was it? Shell shock. And then it was, I can't even remember.
Battle fatigue.
Battle fatigue. Yes. But now it's PTSD, and they apply it to fucking everything.
Which is kind of an insult to the people who actually suffer from.
It is. It absolutely is.
Absolutely. Damn straight.
Let me pull that up here, dude.
I mean, when a car backfiring gives you flashbacks to the battlefield because you're a legit sufferer from severe anxiety holdover, that's not the same thing as not liking an election outcome. Come on now.
But there's, how do I want to say this? I actually think some of them probably do suffer from mental problems from it, whether it's PTSD or not.
Yeah, we call it Trump derangement syndrome, but you wonder if there's actually something there, something legitimate.
Here it is. A new psychological study from San Francisco State University claims that a full quarter of millennials, what the hell just happened? Get this fucking ad off my screen. Thank you. Suffer from bouts of post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD because of the 2016 elections. The study is by no means comprehensive. The research pool was limited to 769 students studying psychology at Arizona State University. But of those millennials chosen for the test, 25% reported experiencing clinically significant levels of stress, along with other symptoms of PTSD. Students were evaluated using an impact of event scale, which measures stress levels at various times following a major traumatic event, typically a tragedy or personal illness or injury. The results, the Washington Examiner reports, indicates that students' average stress score was similar to those of witnesses of a mass shooting 7 months after the incident. Yeah. Now, what they do go on to say, and we'll skip it, but yeah, the PTSD from the fucking election. They do go on to say that all of these, of these people that experience the PTSD, most of them said that they got their news from social media. And that doesn't surprise me. Because if you're getting all of your news from social media, chances are, whatever side you're on, and in this side, I'm guessing they were Hillary supporters. You heard, about how horrible this pussy grabbing racist is, and how Hillary was definitely going to win, and then it all fell apart on him. So yeah, Jack, but Orange Man bad. Exactly. If that's where they're getting it, and they're not looking at it either through a historical or a logical reason, I can see them actually having psychological problems from it.
You're fucking yeah, they're so fucking brainwashed, it's ridiculous. Like, who's stupid enough to get their fucking news from social media? I mean, that just brainwashes you more and more.
It depends on what you're reading. I mean, I do get a lot of my news, a lot of what we cover comes from social media, but I have social or news sources from all over, and if I read a story, it's like, okay, one, I don't pay attention to what the person says, or unless I'm mocking them about the story. I go read the fucking story, and then I read other stories about it.
Well, I do have to wonder whether these people are actually millennials, as the term millennial has become a pejorative.
Oh yeah,
used by other millennials to insult millennials, usually because they're too fucking retarded to understand what generation they're a part of.
And that's stretching ever wider. I mean, yeah, there's general start and stop points, but goddamn, it seems like Gen X is like 3 years apparently, and millennials is like over.
Millennials is 1984 to 1997. Everything after that's Gen Z or iGen, whatever you want to call them.
It depends on who you're looking at. There's a lot of people think Gen X starts at the 2000. It just depends on which measurement you're taking. But the point being, Gen X actually exists, people. We were a thing. I'm just throwing that.
Those, sorry.
No, I was just throwing that out there because I feel forgotten. I was already born the middle child, and now I'm a Gen Xer. I just don't exist at all.
I don't even know what I am. I'm before Gen X. What is that?
How old are you?
Boomer? 55.
You're in the late side of Boomer. It's all your fault, Hammer. Everything is your fault.
Everything's Trump's fault. I just happen to be here now.
Are you sure you're not generation fluid? That's what. Yeah.
So we have 25% of millennials not actually understanding what PTSD is.
That's relatively clever, I think. Well, hey, I'm generation fluid. You can't. Sometimes I'm a boomer. Sometimes sometimes I feel like my dad. Don't try and pigeonhole me.
Yeah, the fucking PTSD from the election. Go fuck yourself. You're a weak piece of shit, and you don't belong. You need to find a river and just go until you can't anymore.
Well, most of those people that see those articles only read the article title and not the actual fucking article. So
yeah, I read everything because I have to. It's what I do. How many millennials are SJWs? Quite a few. It's not their fault though. It's what they were taught. Terry, do you mind us? How old are you, Terry? What did I miss? Born in 1980. Oh, so you're 5 years younger than me. That makes you Gen X. Yes, it does. You're. I don't remember what the years were for Gen X, but I think you're coming on the tail end of it there. I'm smack in the middle, thank God. The best way to solve PTSD from election is to join the army and get real. Yeah, there you go, random. I've said that before. All of these fucking snowflakes who melt over everything. I think we need to put them on a plane, take them to Somalia, and just drop them off. Just in the middle of it. And let them see if they think things are so bad here after, say, 6 months.
It'd be funny if they tried to liberate the country, like trying to make things better for them.
It would be great. No, it wouldn't be great. But hanging from a bridge.
They'll walk up to some like poor little Somalian kid starving on the side of the road, like they'll be like, "Oh, you poor little mite," and then the kid stabs them in the face and takes all their shit.
You think the SJWs are bad over there? Think about what fucking Bear and I have to deal with.
Sweaty lefties dominating the country. It's really annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just. I've explained this to people before. I look at it as the same way as pop feminism. You know, it's just that people will walk up to you and say, you know, are you a feminist? And well, I don't know what a feminist is. And then you go, well, it's just wanting equality for women. It's like, oh, I'm a feminist then. You know, it's the same thing with British people. I don't know about Australians, but it's just like, oh, do you believe in that we should have a welfare state? Yeah, of course, we should look after people.
Yeah, same here.
It's the same attitude, really.
RJ says the left ruined Canada. Well, it's Canada. There's not much to ruin.
Oh.
You know what, Polly? I think you're right. I do have a long history of insulting Canada. I need to be nicer to them because I love the Canadians. They're great peoples. Yeah,
that's it. You couldn't leave that extremely low hanging piece of fruit just there, could you? You just had to snatch it off.
It's who I am. I was born this way. You need to accept me. Yoda says Gen X are born from 61 to 80. Okay, that sounds about right.
I didn't think the range was that long.
Started in 1984, so you're missing something there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when it comes to generations, it depends on what source you look at for what they are, but it's a range. How far from Canada am I? I could get there in less than a day. Let's see, I'm about less. I could get there less than a day. I'd have to go up through the Mackinac Bridge, which I couldn't do because I'm scared of heights. And
Mackinac, is that where those famous peaches are from, or is that a coincidence?
The famous what?
Peaches, Mackinac peaches. I guess they're only ripe for 1 week a year or something, and they're really expensive and sought after because of that. And they're supposedly the world's most delicious peach.
I don't know. I've never heard of them. I know the two things I know Michigan is famous for is we have our apples and, of course, cherries. Cherry, the Traverse City is the cherry capital of the world.
I want to see you ride a moose. Go get a moose.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable on a horse. I don't think I'd be okay on a moose.
You'd be all right. You'd be fine.
And I've only rode a horse one time. It was a very sweet horse, but yeah, that I don't like giant farm animals. I got to be honest.
Okay. We'll get you a pony then.
That's still bigger than me, and no, I'm good.
No, Vanilla Bear used to have a pony. It was tiny.
You know, Terry Diamandis said, "Is the Mackinac peach real?" I thought Seinfeld made it up. That's where I'm getting it from too. That Seinfeld episode. So Terry, yeah, maybe Seinfeld made it up, and I just got suckered into it. I don't know.
That is not how you spell Mackinac.
No,
Mackinac is actually spelled Mackinac.
Okay.
You could make it there in 4 to 6 hours. Winter 6 months. I'm still of the opinion we need to nuke Canada. We could bring the good people down first, just so
your warmth from atomic radiation is not worth killing millions of people, Monkey.
I would give them a few hours to leave.
Well, that's right. You did offer that piece of generosity. Yeah, I forgot.
I mean, as soon as it gets cold here, we'll give them a warning, an air raid siren. You know, South Haven used to have a summer place there. I know of it. I think I've been there once. Michigan's a big state, and there's a lot of stuff here. I didn't realize that when we first moved. Can we send celebrities up there first? Yes, we'll give them the citizenship they all claim they were going to get.
I don't want to get rid of them, like the celebrities. I just want to the ones that said they were going to go. I want to insist that they go.
Yeah,
get on some Maxine Waters stuff, and when we see them in restaurants, we'll form a gang and push up on them. And yeah,
and then we'll nuke Canada so I can be nice and warm in the summertime or in the wintertime. Mackinac peaches are fiction, says Greg Rogers.
Yeah, I just started looking it up, and it's like, yeah, I can only find references through to the Seinfeld episode. So, God damn it, Jerome Seinfeld, you suckered me.
Polly, being told that I should have a go at you about your thumbnail.
Why?
My thumbnails are of increasing quality and excellence, sir.
I'm not sure if I've seen your latest one. I assume you streamed last night.
No.
No? All right.
Wednesdays.
Then. Oh, it's today then.
Well, yeah.
Then I
you're
have
you're a little further ahead, so I got some time. Yeah.
I have no reason to have a go at you then, do I?
I actually went looking for because I want to talk about a little sneak peek, I guess, of what we're going to talk about. I want to talk about how the Wonder Woman movie has been delayed. So I want a sexy Wonder Woman because nothing wrong with sexy comic book ladies in your thumbnails. It's fine. It's an okay thing. And since we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman, I wanted to find one. And looking around, like, man, it's either Gal Gadot, and she's hot as hell, but she's not a
I don't like her as Wonder Woman.
Really?
But no, I want an American.
You don't think that her Israeli accent kind of lends like an otherworldliness to her character? That she's kind of like from.
I think it makes her sound stiff. Just my opinion.
My monkey hates the Jews, confirmed.
Yeah,
I like the Jews. I just think when they try to speak Merkin, it comes out wrong.
Merc. But looking up Wonder Woman, it's either Rule 34 shit that's disgusting and gross and tentacles are involved, or it's Gal Gadot.
I got to be honest. I don't understand the tentacle thing.
Well, it's not just the tentacle thing. It's also like, you know what Rule 34 stuff is, right?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. But tentacle thing, I just don't get it. I really don't.
Gal Gadot is not a good actor. I was watching I don't know if anybody here watches Riff Tracks, but I'm a big fan of it. The guys who did Mystery Science Theater 3000, it's their comedy audio riffs of Fast and Furious 5. I don't know. I lost fucking track. It was one of the Fast and Furious movies. And I didn't even realize that was her. Like until she came on after I had seen Wonder Woman. And I was like, holy shit, that's Gal Gadot. She really buffed up for Wonder Woman. Like she's not even like a big thick woman in Wonder Woman. But dude, when you see her in Fast and Furious, she's a beanpole.
Yeah, she was very thin.
I was blown away. And if you thought her accent was thick in Wonder Woman, you should check her out in Fast and Furious. Lord.
Greg Rogers says next monkey will say the Jews vote don't count. The female ones, no. And that's not because they're Jews, it's because of the gash. John
Migda says Rule 34, so God exists. Yeah.
They keep getting things lost in their vagina, and that's why their vote doesn't count.
That's right. I want to talk about one more article here. These are horrible Halloween costumes.
What the fuck is that?
This is from what's that show? And chat, help us out. This was the first one. Oh, actually, it should be in here. The Brave Red Maiden, the Maiden's Tale. That's what it's from.
Maiden's Tale?
Yeah, this was deemed too sexy because of the Maiden's Tale apparently is a show about women being abused. And because this Handmaid's Tale, thank you. This made them look sexy, and it made female what is it? Abuse seem sexy. So this was bad.
But then we have what Halloween's for. Every girl dresses slutty for Halloween.
Then we have these three, which is I don't know what that third one is. The first one is Stormy Daniels, I'm guessing, because there's the mushroom cap there. See what they did? Nobody's going along with me on this one. Okay.
The third one's a trap.
Is that what it is?
It's got a question mark on it.
Oh, he says sexy Ed Anonymous. I don't know. These ones are just kind of creepy.
Yeah, the girl with the knife's not bad.
No, it's not, but still kind of creepy. It's kind of a Harley Quinn kind of thing.
Yeah.
This one bothers me because the Wonder Woman one is actually a pretty decent Wonder Woman costume. I mean, it's not far off from the actual Wonder Woman costume, but that Venom one bothers me.
Yeah, how are some of those too sexy when they're completely covered?
I don't know. I like how the Venom one has the cleavage.
if you take the mask off.
Yeah. That is a horrible Joker. All the way over here.
God, that's terrible.
Bad.
Jesus.
I don't know what is this one supposed to be? Winter Warrior Queen. I'd do her.
Oh, that's from the Huntsman series. That's what that's all about.
Oh, gotcha. We have
is that a Pokemon fucking thing going on there?
Yeah, it's called a beast trainer.
What?
Okay.
If you look at the bottom here, they actually have what they're supposed to be. This is a Giddy Up Cowgirl, Bedrock Baby, beast trainer, and Kiss Me Frog.
Kiss Me Frog is hot. I like her.
I know. She didn't say where to kiss her, so take your pick, guys. Now, I think the next one is my favorite. If this is what I think, no, it'll be the next one after this.
I'll throw a Pokeball at her.
The first one is Where's My Brain At? I'm assuming that's the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. And then you got Heart of Tin, a Scared Lion, and No Place Like It. These are the Wizard of Oz characters.
Wow,
I would like
Dorothy is something else. That's a weird juxtaposition compared to Dorothy in the movie.
If Dorothy looked like that, I would like Wizard of Oz. I hate that fucking movie. Is this? Yes, this is my favorite. It's South Park.
What is there? Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd kill Kenny.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like all of those.
Fucking Christ. That's pretty good.
But yeah, those are some of the worst costumes according to what is this? Gizmodo.
Have a bit of a chubby on now.
Yeah, right. I didn't think those costumes were that bad. I mean, some of them were just crap, like the Joker one, but mad because look, guys, women like to look like whores on Halloween. It's been that way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Dax says that's not right. Only Tess Holiday should wear a Cartman outfit. Oh my god. Oh, Dax.
That was a good one, Dax.
By the way, Dax, I sent you the link if you want to join, man.
Yeah, because I'm going to bow out now anyway, mate. So Dax might as well join. Take my
cool.
place.
Thanks for hanging out, man. And if you're around later, because I'll probably be doing this again at like 8 o'clock. That's when Goot wants me to do it. But I'll do I'm going to do
8 a.m. your time.
Yes.
That's 1 o'clock my time. I don't know if I'll be about that. I don't know. But yeah, okay. You guys have a nice day.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Later, Bear.
Love you, Bear.
Bye-bye. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Has Lady Monkey done that? Done what? What did I say? There he is.
Eastern time?
Yeah, it'll be Eastern time. So like 5.5 hours from now.
Oh, okay.
How you doing, Dax? He has trouble getting his microphone to work at first. We still can't hear you, bud.
Every time.
There you go.
What up, Dax?
Sup, Dorkable?
Oh, I like that you call me that.
Well, I like calling you that, so that's always good. Also,
What?
Bear, if you're still listening before you go to sleep, I did talk to Bloodwing. He's not dead.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
He came back for like 2 days and then disappeared again.
Yeah, his kids regave him the flu since they're home for fall vacation or something.
Well, that sucks.
Oh. Oh my God, the gangbang Kenny. Jesus Christ.
Lovely.
This is not a beautiful story. Freshman dies after initiation party where students bobbed for apples in urine.
What the fuck?
Students bobbed for apples in a mixture of booze and urine as part of a drink-fueled initiation ceremony where a British student died and inquest heard. First-year economics student Ed Farmer, 20, died after being found slumped in a corridor, not breathing at the end of a student society night out in Newcastle in 2016. Although he was rushed to the hospital, he died the next day with his parents at his bedside. That's sad. During the initiation, freshmen had their heads shaved by older students and drank vodka from a pig's head after visiting a bar in the city center.
Jesus criminy.
What the fuck?
The inquest, same thing. Previously heard that 100 treble vodkas were consumed by the 40-strong group in just 7 minutes. Wow. Did he die of alcohol poisoning or pee?
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
It doesn't actually say.
Combination of both.
You can't die from urine, can you?
Sure you can. It's ammonia, essentially.
Oh.
If you drink enough of it, anyway.
Yeah, I'm guessing he. It doesn't say, but I'm guessing it was actually alcohol poisoning. From the description of the party and drinking that much. Yeah, I would not. You know what? If they told me, look, you gotta, if you want to be in this fraternity, you gotta put your head in that alcohol and piss. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy my own house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have the fucking fraternity thing here at university, so.
Well, you know, those things are supposed to be a little bit humiliating and hard to do, but not that bad, guys.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You don't need to put people in urine. Like my dad, when you would get a promotion in the Navy, especially like when he went to chief, they had a clean toilet that they put a bunch of food in that made it look nasty, but it was still food. Eating it wasn't going to hurt you. It just might taste like shit. It wasn't actually shit. You fucking weirdos.
Like, who thought that was a good idea? I mean, really.
College kids, drunk college kids.
Man, we've drank so much tonight. Let's piss in this barrel. Dude, let's get the new guys to haze it.
Let's make them bob for apples in there.
Wouldn't that be funny? Why is this guy not moving anymore?
The other story that we briefly touched on today was there's a second caravan coming to the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yes. This one with 1,000 migrants so far. I like just migrants. This one from Guatemala rather than Honduras. Apparently, the Hondurans coming through Guatemala gave some Guatemalans some ideas.
Of course.
It's an invasion.
I'm sure they pick people up in Mexico too. Whatever country they'll go through, they'll pick people up for sure. And then, like, there'll be a bunch of fucking massive protests at the border fighting, and the military will be fighting the protesters, fighting the fucking illegals
it's going to be
coming. Like,
when these guys get to the border, it's going to be interesting what happens because the military's not going to shoot them.
it's a fucking invasion. Like, how do people not see this as an invasion?
I don't disagree with you, but just from a PR standpoint, they can't. We can't shoot women and children at the border because they're trying to come over.
Well, that's why they're using women and children at the front as fucking shields, human shields.
Random says yes, they should shoot them.
Not children.
It would be bad optics, but I can't say I disagree.
I would prefer fire hoses.
There you go. Water cannons.
Yeah. Heavy powered water cannons. They deserve it.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Use crowd control stuff against them.
I mean, didn't Mexico offer them sanctuary? I mean, what is the argument here? It's like, we didn't like Mexico. We're coming to you.
Well, they didn't exactly offer them sanctuary. What they're going to do is they're going to give them travel visas, which allows them to go anywhere in Mexico, which is just a way to let them come straight up to the border.
Yep. It's coordinated because there are trucks driving these people. They're not walking the entire distance.
It's coordinated by the UN. The UN has organized all of this.
Somebody paid for those trucks. Where are these people going to the bathroom at? You know, there's a coordination here. It's not just, let's go ahead and walk. No. They're getting bussed up here, basically, is what's happening.
Yeah, because they're making really good time. Real quick, got a super chat here. Thank you, Terry Diamandis. You won't have to shoot all of them. After a while, they'll get the message and run away. The problem there, seriously, it's optics on this side. What'll be seen and put in the press here. I've just been in this discussion, just toning, ironically. It's going to become a big discussion, especially the closer we get to the election and the closer they get to our border. There's not much we can do about it. We're going to end up taking them in. The ones that are seeking asylum will address it and try to turn them around. Have you heard
say that word?
Terry singing though? No, I've never heard Terry sing. I've heard Terry's voice, and it wasn't what I was expecting. He has a very soft, nice voice.
That was
since they're low-skilled workers, can't we just get them to build the wall and kick them out after?
Jesus Christ. It's like them old westerns where they'd get the guy they're going to kill to dig his own grave, you know?
Yes, indeed.
I don't see why we can't like enlist them to do that. That'd be like cheap labor. They get a place to stay, some food, pay for themselves.
While you're here, there's a hammer over there. Go grab some spackle while you wait.
Aren't you guys running out of room though?
No, but they're working on securing more votes. That's really all that's happening here.
There's nowhere near running out of enough room in the United States. Not even close when you look at population density. Like
but
there's more.
Have the same? Sorry, go on.
There's more illegals in the United States than there are people on the entire continent of Australia.
Oh yeah.
Like that's and the issue really is not so much geographic space. It's a question of other spaces, political spaces, demographic spaces, and so forth. You can't have open borders and a welfare state at the same time. Those things don't work.
No, you can't.
It's you want open borders, then cancel all the welfare state social programs, and then fine, open the borders, and then the incentive to come will be gone. That complete laissez-faire free market in terms of employment. Yeah, then the incentive will be gone. It's minimum wage, and it's like, well, now I can pay beneath the minimum wage. Do you see what I mean? Like that, those are the factors that make it impossible to do that. And then the one thing I want to talk about probably won't make me a very popular person, but I don't care.
We'll still respect you in the morning.
I've heard that before. It wasn't true then either.
Hey, at least you got to look fly in your awesome robes, though.
Yeah, die young and leave a beautiful corpse. That's what I say.
Aren't you guys having the same issue that we are, that like all these so-called immigrants or migrants are flooding the cities, and the cities are running out of room? They don't go to any of the smaller towns. They're not going to any migrant is going to want to immigrant whatever is going to want to move to where there's they're not looking to do the American melting pot thing. They're going to want to move to where there's people who speak the language that they speak almost exclusively, that have their foods and so on and so forth, and you lead to isolation and pockets of communities, which is this is not good. This is how you get like cities like Salinas in California that are 89% Hispanic. And it's like, is that a problem? With the sheer amount of illegals that are there and the way that it functions, yeah, that is a problem, because that's not really the way that it's supposed to work. That's not healthy to have enclaves and pockets of isolated communities that are not feeling like they're even part of the country, not engaging with the rest of the country. Do you know what I mean?
Faithless says, look at the streets of LA and San Francisco. That's another problem. They're just littered. But yeah, you're not wrong. We had that video not long ago where the chick was trying to order from Taco Bell and there was nobody in the place that spoke English.
That's a problem. Like, I don't go to Japan and assume they're going to speak English.
Very, very true. And the point that I want to bring up, and this, you're not going to hear politicians talk about this. This is the thing I said, it's not going to be popular with a lot of people, but it's factual nonetheless. Where are the areas where there's the highest African-American unemployment? In the places that have the highest illegal immigrant population. It's not on a one basis, but the correlation is too strong to ignore. Why? Well, here's the ugly fact. They're competing for the lowest paying jobs as a demographic. And it's like, what are you saying? That black people can only get low paying jobs? No, it's a statistical argument. It's not, it's not intended to malign anybody. Anybody can get any job so long as they got the education and the merit to be able to pull it off. The point is that they do compete for the lowest paying job. I can pay these black folks the minimum wage to do this job, or I can pay these illegal immigrants below the minimum wage and thus enter competition. You can't get a job working in a kitchen in a lot of places because all of the kitchen staff are illegal replications of the same social security numbers and et cetera, et cetera. That's what I mean when I say the economic space that's available.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't see why you think people would think.
Sorry,
I don't understand why you think people would find that unpopular.
Because
you're breaking Polly. His head's about to explode, guys.
While you're thinking about your answer, real quick, Circus Zero for $2. Thank you. Line the border with skunks. There you go.
Yeah, but a lot of them smoke weed. It's already going to smell like skunk.
Outside the box thinking there, young man. Very, very good.
And thank you, James Colley. First phone service in Mexico, Taco Bell. God damn you.
That's like because somebody could easily label that as a bunch of alt-right talking points, because you're talking about Hispanics and you're talking about black folks, and therefore, and you're a white guy, therefore, you know what I mean? It's no politician's going to talk about that. That's too real. That conversation right there. It's
Trump has brought that up about how the illegal immigration hurts blacks, and it really does.
Damn right it does. And people say, don't you have any sympathy? Don't you have any empathy? And it's like, yeah, you know where my sympathy and my empathy goes? Black folks.
Yep.
And Hispanics that are in the country legally, the 40% of them, my God, that's a low number. The 40% of Hispanics that are in the country legally. Imagine getting pulled over on the highway by a state trooper. You're Hispanic, and they ask for your fucking green card. And you're like, I'm a citizen. My parents were citizens. The fuck do you mean green card? Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, actually, was the guy wrong? Because you have a better than 50-50 chance if you see an Hispanic that they're there illegally. So my sympathy goes towards the people that get fucked with that always were citizens, and black folks who are full on citizens in every sense of the word, and people that aren't citizens of the country are getting more political attention from the elected officials than the people that are citizens. That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's even videos of black people coming out saying all these illegal immigrants are hurting us. Like, we can't find jobs because of these cunts. I mean, how stupid have you got to be? Like, to think, oh, it's okay to let all these illegals in. It's okay that now you have a Hispanic gang that's one of the most violent gangs you've ever had in America. But no, the left will support them. They're not doing anything wrong. And you're not going to get a set legalized minimum wage with all those fucking illegals. Okay? Like, the more fucking workers you have in a company, the lower the wages get, because you got to spread out those fucking cash, and there's no set minimum wage if they keep fucking hiring all these illegal immigrants. And it just gets really stupid. There's going to be more crime, more rape. Statistically, that's what happens.
Real quick, Jack, this is a point that I agree with. He says, how about Mexico? It hurts Mexico too. The razor fist argument, it acts as a political release valve, preventing any meaningful revolution in Mexico. That's the same with any of these countries. And I understand wanting to get away from, violence or economic peril. But if these people stayed in their fucking countries and fixed them, it would be much better for
I've been saying that for years. I'm completely on your side with that.
Even Gandhi said that. Even the Dalai Lama said Europe and American are for Europeans and American, and Mexico is for Mexicans. Everyone should stay in their own country, and the third world countries should fix their own countries. That is something that Dalai Lama said.
It's true. And if you're talking about somewhere like Syria and where there's actual full-blown war, I get it. I do. I wouldn't want to stay there right now. But you don't change things by leaving.
That's just running away from the problem and taking it with you.
Yep.
One thing I don't understand is them running away from the problem. Like, they say they don't want to be in that situation or in that culture, but yet they force that culture upon the community that they live in and put themselves in the same fucking situation. I don't get it. And then they try and force the culture onto us. So are they lying? Are they trying to spread their culture outside of the country? Are they working for people? Like, what the fuck is happening with that?
You want to talk about a depressing trend, because we're just speaking about demographics. look at the African American percentage of the population in the United States. Everyone loves to talk about, what the country's becoming more brown. And Van Jones loves talking about that. The country's becoming more brown in his famous salty ass diatribe on the night of the November 2016 election, the presidential election, when he said, this is a white lash in part. It's a response from white people to a browning of America and a black president and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's talk about the African American demographic. It used to be 14% a number of years ago, then 13. Now it's barely breaking 11. It's high 11.8. It's going down and down and down. What's the Hispanic population at?
I didn't realize it went under 12. Jesus Christ.
The Hispanic population, because it as a function of a percentage.
Yeah.
A percentage, 100%, of course, is always a zero-sum game. You take something away from one, you got to add, because there's a maximum number that it could be, of course, because it's 100, right? And as that number of Hispanics is up at 15 and 16%, this is why politicians are speaking to a Hispanic base. Somebody said in chat a little while ago, it's all about votes. Absolutely, it's all about votes. And if African Americans think right now that they don't have a strong political voice, arguing on behalf of illegal immigrants is not going to increase your political voice. It's going to decrease it, because your population, as a percentage of the population, is shrinking year by year by year. And when it drops down to single digits, oh God, like it's become less and less and less important. You want to talk about underrepresentation? Yeah, there it is. Nobody gets hit as hard by illegal immigration as black folks.
Poppy says black people have more babies.
Black people abort more babies.
That's true. Sadly,
as one of the, and people do love talking about that as the demographics of white people, and I certainly get that, because it's the largest single demographic population, and it's like white people have less babies than Hispanics have. And as a culture, okay, that may be true. But it's also true of black folks, which also explains their shrinking percentage of the population. All of that, the TLDR of that, is less and less political importance.
Real quick, hi Terry, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, everyone?
Hey,
that
Terry.
is not what I expected.
Terry D.
You've never heard Terry talk before?
Nope.
I fucking love Terry's voice.
So do a lot of people, it seems. Gutenberg particularly.
Yeah, he wants you to sing. You don't have to, but if you want to, you definitely can.
I mean, Scoot, do you really care what he thinks?
Right, Scoot.
I will not be singing. I don't stick that on everyone, but
see, there he is. Terry, sing me a song. You can tell him to shut up. He can't do anything about it.
Shut up, Gutenberg.
There you go. Poppy said, I had 5 pregnancies before I was 22. Damn, you used to like to fuck, didn't you? Nothing wrong with that. I encourage people to have sex. That's why at the beginning of the show, we talked about ways to not hurt yourself. Remember, lots of lube, people. Lots of lube.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that. I feel shame now.
Dax, have you ever broke your banjo?
Nope.
Terry, ever broke your banjo?
I don't own a banjo.
I'm going to move on.
Say yes, Terry. It's a much more interesting conversation if you say yes.
Actually, Anthony Vogel just said, if Hispanics voted Republican, Democrats would be closing that border ASAP.
Well, the thing is, a lot of them do.
But now, that's the point that I wanted to raise. That 32% of Hispanics that voted for Trump, that was a brain blower for the analysts.
Yeah, most of the legal ones vote for Trump, but one thing I've never ever understood is how people can look at the history of the Democrats and then look at what the Democrats are doing now and not understand that the Democrats are fucking evil people who are barely fucking human. They're just corporate drones that don't give a shit about people. They're just evil.
Well,
I don't buy that personally.
I don't think they're evil. I think with most of the people that I disagree with, I think Democrats really believe that what they're doing is right.
The lower people do. The people on the lower end do.
Now, if you're talking about like Schumer and them, I don't know if they're evil. I think they're stupid. But when it comes to even social justice, I don't think these are bad people. I think they're stupid people.
No, I'm not talking about the followers, like the voters. I'm talking about the high ups in the Democratic Party.
Yeah,
like the lower people in the party think they're doing right. The voters think they're doing right, but the fucking high ups in the Democratic Party, like for example, Hillary Clinton, fucking evil people.
I think with Hillary, you might be right, with her being just pure evil. But when it comes to even what was her name? The head of the DNC, Wasserman Schultz.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Yeah.
I don't think that she's evil. I think that they have very bad ideas. I think for the most part, everybody wants to do what they think is right. And when Hillary made her dumbass statement that you can't be civil with people who disagree with what you what the fuck did she say? With your core values or something like that. That's what the problem is. The problem it's not that they're evil. It's very much the same as religious fanaticism. This idea that it is a moral imperative. That's where it looks evil. It's because to them it is a moral imperative. It's no different than some asshole who goes up and blows up an abortion clinic. Is he right for doing it? No. But in his mind, he's saving children.
Yeah.
Kyler says Hillary makes Tammany Hall look honest. Ouch. That struck me as really funny.
That's brilliant.
But a lot of what the Democrats have done over the years have been like horrible. Like they want to keep racism alive, like just to try and control the black population. I mean, the Planned Parenthood was made to dull down the black population. Planned Parenthood was made to dull down the black population, and that's what they're still doing to this day. And the Democrats support Planned Parenthood.
I'm a big fan of never attribute to malice what can be adequately explained by stupidity.
Exactly.
Well said.
Exactly.
Stupidity, and I totally agree to add on to it. A motive you're not seeing on the surface.
So Pelosi and Kamala Harris and Booker, they're just stupid people.
Oh yeah. They're stupid. Well, I just think some of them, like a lot of them are stupid, and a lot of them think they're doing good. But I just think some of them.
They're doing good for the Democrats.
Real quick, thank you, Jesse. Monkey, American English needs to be American required language. I would also have to join one of your chats. I am fun when sharing my opinions. Maybe one day we'll pull you on. Right now, we're at 6. That's actually kind of full. Nighthawk, thank you. Never equate maliciousness, which can be equated to stupidity. That's my motto. LOL, sorry if I misquoted. No, it is a great saying, and it's very true. And it's something that we need to remind people of. I've stressed this many times. Don't think of your ideological opponents as evil. They're not. They're, for the most part, these are people that just have different ideas about how to do things, and oftentimes while ignoring the history of the world. Don't forget to show your guys' stuff in chat there, guys.
I think Hammer asked a good question there, actually.
What was that?
So like Kamala Harris and Cory Booker, are they stupid? I mean, that strikes right at the point. No, these are not stupid people. They're actually exceptionally smart, especially Harris. It's never attribute to malice what you can attribute to stupidity or a cunning motivation. Jack just mentioned cunning, and it's like, yeah, there's political maneuvers that require one to say something. I would ask the question, Monkey, I'm curious, when Hillary Clinton is at her furthest and most obvious, how do we get them to Pokemon go to the polls like that?
Shut the hell up.
I love referencing that because it's such an obvious statement on a campaign trail, or capturing something popular of the day and attempting to associate it with yourself. Do you not see that in what Hillary said? Could you not, I should say, see that in what Hillary said in that interview where she's talking about, because civility is a conversation of the day. Well, we can't be civil because they're just wrong. Do you not see her just playing within the words of the day and attempting political machinations towards getting people to vote Democrat, i.e. resist Trump?
With her, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Dax. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, isn't that what they do anyway? I mean, that's the kind of the whole goal is to try to make young people the next bastion of their continued existence.
Sure. And real quick, Faithless says, I do find people without moral limits to be evil, though. The problem with that statement is that they have different morals.
Well, there's a point. If you're going to accept cunning as a description in this case, it's not that far off from evil. And also, you'll find that a lot of evil perpetrated in the past has been due to religion. If this is a religious response, if these people are actually embracing this as their religion, then they're going to do things that are evil under its name.
Well, they do. This is probably the best example. Affirmative action is absolutely racist. It is. Yeah. But the people who support it, they don't see it that way. They're not out there going, fuck white people. I mean, okay, now some are. But when it was started, it wasn't a thing, to fuck white people. It was actually, we have to help the black people because they can't do it on their own. That's what they see, is that blacks are so dependent on whites to get anywhere. It's not done out of malice. That's the thing. It's stupidity. And yes, very smart people support it because they're fucking stupid on that issue.
And I do like that the UK calls it positive discrimination. That's a little bit more clear.
Honest. Because that's what it is. It's discrimination. It is racist, but it's not racist. It's not racist in the I'm going to put on a robe and go burn a cross on your lawn kind of racist. Hawk, that is my favorite fucking saying. It actually is. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And that's true. And that's what I see in a lot of this kind of stuff where people do attribute it to evil. I think most of the time they have good intentions. They don't pay attention to what the actual consequences are going to be.
I want to respond to something that Hammer said there. I don't even think you're wrong, but I do want to amend to it. He said a lot of evil has been done in the name of religion. It has. And if they're taking this as their religion, then that's reason to be worried because of the level of zealotry that can occur. Agreed. But I would amplify that point by pointing at the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia and they certainly replaced religion with a political ideal as a war between the classes. And it's the proletariat now and so on. And look at the evil that was done under that and the purges that were done under that. It shames any kind of religious zealotry in terms of how far they were taking it. So I would say you're absolutely right, but it's even worse than that. Politics taken as a religious virtue results in more deaths. If the 20th century was any kind of indication, witness communist China, communist Russia, the Khmer Rouge controlling Cambodia, fucking Cuba, the list goes on. So yeah, when they start talking about like class warfare and this and that and democratic socialism, and they're talking about it with a religious zeal, should be very frightened for the reasons you say. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's become the problem, the zealousness of this, and you see that with the go hound these people when they're eating their dinner. Fuck off.
So evil.
You hear them mocking Tucker Carlson because he lives in DC. He's like, I can't even really go out to a restaurant because this is what's going to happen. And people are like, oh, poor Tucker can't go to a restaurant. They're really laying into him over him making that comment.
But it's true.
Yeah, it's like he's not wrong. They just think it's funny that they've managed to push him to that point.
Good morning, Vanilla Bear.
BB.
Hey, Vanilla Bear.
I love you.
For those of you who don't know, that is the wife of our dear friend Irate Bear.
I rate him pretty high. Thank you.
It can all be summed up with pathological altruism. They don't care who it hurts and who it helps as long as they believe they're doing the right thing. I think that's probably a good way of putting it. I do.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because I don't disagree with you, Dork, that it looks evil. I don't think they actually are. I think they're, in some cases, it's just, hey, we want to win the election. And in some cases, it's, I've never read a history book in my life.
Yeah, I suppose because I'm looking at it from the outside in.
Well, like I said, I understand why you would think that. I really do.
Yeah.
But
Chris Mason says, so Elizabeth Warren was smart. I would say that DNA thing was a debacle.
Yeah.
That's hard. That was so boneheaded of a move. It's
she
tough to
thought that was
explain.
evidence.
I think the word you're looking for is retarded.
She still thinks it was a
yeah.
good mood.
I don't
good
understand
move.
it at all.
Even people in the Democratic Party, even the far left Democrats are saying, shut the fuck up.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
What are you doing here? Go sit down.
Yeah, and the comment from the New York Times with Hillary, where it's like, maybe it's time that Hillary isn't as involved as she used. Like when the New York Times is telling
But if New
Hillary to
York Times is
back off.
telling you- Yeah, like Locke's
Jesus.
telling you that. It's like, okay, maybe I should shut up now.
Yeah. What was her newest one? Christ, let me see if I can find it.
Is it something after the incivility thing?
Is she gonna run?
In 2020, maybe.
I hope so.
Is there a limit on how many times you can fucking run?
No.
Because like,
No.
hasn't she got the idea that nobody wants her?
Well, she hasn't run yet, not for president.
Prospero calls it an unforced error. I love it.
It was.
That's
Pretty
I always
true.
love a baseball analogy. So it's
I actually saw an interesting article in a Tim Pool video about why liberals and conservatives have so many clashes. And there's like this list of 5 values, and the left only values, I think it was compassion and fairness, whereas conservatives value all 5 of them, like loyalty and authority. And I forget what the 5th one was, but that's why there's such a gap between the way these, like, both sides address problems and can't relate to each other, is because their value system is just that different. It's I tried to find it, but I couldn't find the article. But I think Tim Pool did a video on it. It was quite an interesting idea.
I had a thought and I just lost it.
Surprise, surprise.
Is it Scribe's fault? It's usually Scribe's fault.
Fuck! What the? I was listening to you and I had something to say about it and it completely just escaped my brain. Okay, give me the bullet points on what you just said.
Okay, so there were 5 values.
There you go. Okay, that's what it was. One of the problems with the Democrats and liberals in general is they do what I call short-term compassion. They want to, like, it's the old teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime kind of thing. They want to just give him a fish. And
That's very true.
Yeah, he gets to eat today, but tomorrow, what's he going to do? There's so many times that's what they do when, and it's why I have the newspaper and you just tell them no, is because a lot of their compassion is focused on the here and now rather than what are the consequences of doing this. And
Yep, that's the San Francisco Needle program right there.
the what now?
Francisco Needle program?
What's that?
to give
People
out the
who are-
needles.
To give out free needles to junkies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What you're doing is enabling them to do more drugs. They don't see the long term.
Yep.
Yeah, you're saving the people from getting diseases who are using drugs, but you're not getting them off the drugs. You're getting more people on the drugs because you're giving them free needles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've had that here for years. They even hand out needle bins, and they put needle bins in public bathrooms and everything like that.
Yeah. I get it, and it's hard to tell people no. That's a very hard thing to do when they come to you for help, but sometimes that's what you have to do to people. Like Mexicans coming across the border, just tell them it's no. Sorry, I understand it sucks in your country, but we have a process. Do that.
You think Trump's going to close the border?
I hope so.
Fucking hope so.
I hope so too.
He should.
I think
Well, he said he was putting the military down there, didn't he?
he was talking about it. Whether he's actually going to or not, I don't know.
Mm.
But again, once they get here, there's no way we're not going to shoot them. We're just not.
Well, like I said in the super chat, you don't have to shoot all of them.
Shoot a couple.
You and the rest will notice what's going on and leave.
Ooh, we should do
Just
that.
need a couple of good snipers. It'll work.
Oh, I asked you to just play that one out in your mind as a thought experiment. 4 or 5 people shot by the National Guard as ordered there by President Trump. Ooh.
He didn't order
What
it.
could
They
possibly go
inferred
wrong?
it.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? This is a perfect idea. It's
Saudi prince ordered it.
yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. What do you guys think of that whole case?
Well, at least they're starting to find body parts.
Hooray.
Did they find some?
Yeah. At the general's house? Was it?
He took them home.
I don't know. Maybe
the
that's where
fuck?
his shallow graveyard is. You know,
That was nice of them.
I'm gonna keep this one as a trophy.
I remember somebody asked me. I'm trying to remember where I had that conversation. I think it was on campus. So, like, how could they just kill the guy? I'm like, these weren't, assassins, guys. These were Saudi intelligence nail pullers. Like,
Yeah.
they're interrogation specialists. I'm doing air quotes while I'm saying that. Like, it's not a stretch of the imagination that they went too far and accidentally killed someone. It happens more often than you think, especially in Saudi Arabia.
They just beat him to death, right? Choked him and beat him to death.
He died in a
Basically.
fist fight, Hammer.
Yeah.
This fat old man said, "Look, there's 18 people here. I'm gonna beat all their asses." It'll be like a Rambo movie. They'll come one at a time.
Do you think the
only
prince?
for life?
Do you think the prince knew?
Oh yeah. They didn't carry out a murder like that without having authorization.
I would. There tends to be standing orders with things like that. Like, did he know specifically? Iffy question. None of us are mind readers and know the inside information, but is it very plausible that there are standing orders on what to do and how to deal with certain situations? Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, it's a reporter, and was he working in the U.S. when he visited Turkey?
I don't know if he was working in the U.S. or not.
He was a contributor to the Post, which is
to the Washington Post.
Yeah, which is why a lot of the interest. Not an employee, but then one could argue that a contributor is an employee. But you get what I'm saying. Was he there working on a particular story? Great question. I don't know.
Well, he was supposedly there to get divorce papers, right?
It was something for his marriage, yeah, because his fiance was waiting in the car for him.
Right, but he had to get divorce papers because he was already married or something along that lines.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he went in for, but it should have been just a routine. Hey, let's change or do the paperwork and done.
Why would he go to the consulate in Turkey? Why didn't he go to the consulate in the United States? Because
I don't know.
Papers either way, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Because, but either way, I mean, if it had been done here, it's no better that it.
Ooh, if he would have got killed
anyway.
here, holy shit!
Oh yeah, I think they would have done it here.
You really think they would have done it here?
Yeah,
they've whacked people. Well, lots of people whack people out in their embassies. Yeah, sure.
I think
Bride was Turkish. Okay, so maybe he was over there.
That's why he had to do it over there.
Yeah.
No, I would think that it would have blown up a lot more if it would have happened here. I think there would have been justified pressure at that point because it's not our soil, but it's in our country. So
technically, it's not in our country.
Their soil is in our country. Their soil is surrounded by us.
Yes, but yeah, it would still be their thing. And if he wasn't a contributor to the Washington Post, we never would have heard this story.
That's right. I completely agree.
The only reason we know about this is because of his job.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, I mean, he died, and it was like 3 days later before anybody really paid him much attention to it.
So we just get everyone in Saudi Arabia to work for the Washington Post, and then we'll know.
Well, just like generally, the argument that journalists see themselves as part of a separate protected class is not entirely inaccurate. Sometimes it has good effects, like journalists do dangerous stuff and do go to war zones and places like Saudi Arabia to report, and that's awesome and necessary. But then it also has them protecting each other and being like-minded and dressing up in tuxedos and giving each other awards while insulting the president. So
yeah.
Is that before or after the hand jobs?
It's in the middle. It's in the middle of it.
Well, the hiccups just don't stop. That's a constant throughout everything.
That's right.
Must be.
It's just a constant.
It is weird that they get together and give themselves awards.
It's very weird.
But it's no different than any other
like actors.
The actors do it.
Yeah.
Lots of industries do that. That it's like, really? What are you giving? What's that award for exactly?
Awesome.
That was one of the funniest summations of the problem in and around, like, say, you said actors, like the Oscars on Red Letter Media. I'm a big fan of their stuff. They were talking about the Oscars when Oscars So White was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're making this joke that it's like, guys, you realize it is a private award show, right? It's the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. That's the group, and their statues are nicknamed the Oscar, right? But I mean, that's those 1,000 people that make up the quote Academy. That's why actors, when they accept their award, often thank the Academy. Those are the people that are doing the voting. It's not a popular choice. It's this little group. It doesn't matter how red the carpet is. Doesn't matter how expensive the gowns are. Doesn't matter how much paparazzi and media shows up outside to take pictures of it. It's still a private award show. And I think people lose that idea when they're saying, well, all these Oscars are so white. Yeah, well, the Academy is largely white. Most of them are Jewish. It's not surprising that every year a documentary on the Holocaust gets nominated. I'm not trying to make a conspiracy out of it, but why wouldn't you think that was going to happen? It's like the BET wars are so black. Yeah.
Gee, and water is wet.
Well, that's what I mean. There's nothing surprising or racist or weird or strange about any of that in my mind. And they did this great joke where here's the Northeastern Meat Packers Delivery Association's awards, and these were legitimate award shows, and they kept flashing them up. And there's all kinds of awards from private communities. It's just we pay more attention to the Oscars, so suddenly it becomes a social litmus test, I guess, of progressivism. And it's like, you guys are taking it all wrong, man.
Hey, you should take it like the Meat Packers.
It's also why popular movies are rarely in the Oscar categories, because these people see themselves as serious artists, and that's why you see if you want to win an Oscar, put a gay person in the movie who dies, and you're almost guaranteed one.
There was a film theory video that covered exactly what to do to win an Oscar, and I think that was one of them. Like, it was like these things are common throughout all, well, not all, but the majority of Academy Award winners. And it was, be a real story with a tragedy about this particular thing, about actors, because actors like hearing about themselves. And like he had just broke down everything that goes into it. And yeah, there's a lot of common threads.
Yeah, tell me anybody in the Marvel universe isn't doing a good enough job to actually be considered best actor for the year.
Tell you who isn't doing a good enough job?
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, come on, man. The way she scissors people's heads.
Yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but she's been phoning it in for quite a while.
Come on, man. If that puss was that close to you, you'd give her an Oscar.
I think you just made my point,
No, but if you look at most of the actors, and they do a very good job at what they're doing, and it's hugely popular with everybody out in the real world, but inside the Academy, that's not a real movie.
Oh, I completely take your point, the one you made earlier a little bit ago about the they view themselves as artists. That's the way the Academy sees it, and people are like, how is this director this film up for best film? I've never even seen it, and it only ever showed on 200 screens.
Yep.
How is this making it in there? Well, just like you said, because they view themselves as artists, and these are the quote important films, so I hear you. Definitely true.
Faithless said, "I'd give her a Johnson, not an Oscar."
But with that said, there's also the flip side of it. Like the Teen Choice Awards. Yeah, I don't want to see an Oscars show. Not that I watch them, but where every award went to Taylor Swift and every other award went to Jake Paul or whatever the fuck. It's like they weren't even in a movie. Yeah, but that's what they voted for.
That's what the People's Choice Awards are for, and that's actually why I like those more than the Oscars or what's the other one? The
Emmys,
the
Tonys.
No, the Golden Globes.
That's
the other one that comes out right before the Oscars and is supposed to be the Oscar contender, but it's another group of fucking stuck-up jackasses who don't actually like movies. They like to feel good about themselves because they watched an artistic film.
Aren't we smart? Look at what we made.
Jack Cochran says Scarlett Johansson is weird looking and has thunder thighs. I would respond, Scarlett Johansson should not have had a nose job, number one. And number two, thunder thighs, man, baby's thick. That's not the same thing. She's just
she did have a cute nose. Does anybody else remember her in like North? And when I was that age and she was in that movie, she was hot as hell.
Yeah, she should have left her damn nose alone. It would her and what's her name?
I don't remember Scarlett Johansson's old nose. Let's look that up.
What's Natalie Portman? She should have left her damn nose alone.
Best with her nose.
I think in general, people shouldn't get cosmetic surgery. It never looks normal. It always looks off.
Especially Natalie Portman now, because you could use her nose for a protractor. It's so straight. It's terrible. She was a beautiful girl before. What the hell did you do? And Tom Leach is like, and Jennifer Grey. Yeah, she came.
Oh, Jennifer Grey. You can't even tell it's her.
Yeah, she ruined her face.
Zellweger did the same thing.
See, look at how perfectly straight the bridge of her nose is now. She was much more beautiful on the left.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, she was beautiful, but I like her little nose now. That's cute. I'm not gonna. Yeah, well, I like Irish, not Jewish.
There was a show called It's Like Whatever, and Jennifer Grey was on it playing herself, and the whole joke was that no one recognized that it was her because this was post nose job. So she had to carry ID that proved she was Jennifer Grey.
I believe it. I saw her on Friends, and that's the first time I saw her with her nose job. And I was like, who? Because they had talked about her being on the show, and I didn't even realize it was her.
Oh,
until I heard her voice.
Jay Hess says it helped Anna Kasparian. Anna Kasparian is trying to turn herself into a basic white bitch, like from the Midwest.
She is a basic white bitch.
Well, I'm sorry. I just got a thing that bugs me about Anna Kasparian for multiple reasons.
I was going to say one thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the obvious things, but I'm so proud of my Armenian heritage, and I love the language and I love the culture. Then why have you gone blonde? Why did you get a nose job? Why did you get lip injections to try and turn yourself into a Midwest white girl? What are you doing?
I got to agree with you, man. That's hot. That picture is hot.
What's wrong with her thighs? Thighs
nothing.
Perfect.
Nothing wrong with that.
she's Jack's just simply objectively wrong. That's
exactly. You're just wrong, Jack. Sorry.
I gotta agree with Jack to some extent there, because
shut your whore mouth. She's perfect.
I don't get this whole thick thing. Thick to me just means fat.
It depends.
There's these women with these bulbous asses. I'm like, we call that secretary spread, or fat ass would be another way.
Ouch. It depends on how it is. If it's a bubble butt, that's nice. If it's spread, that's different.
I hear you, Hammer. Like that some girls are just fat, but other girls, like, that's not fat, man. That's muscle. They're just big, thick, lovely ladies. It's different.
I don't mind a little fat. I really don't.
No, there's a difference between putting cream cheese on a butt and oil. One of those is hot. One of them is disgusting.
Well said.
There it is. Yep. That ended that conversation, didn't it?
No, I don't mind a girl who's got some fat on her. I don't need perfectly toned and everything. I actually kind of like it. I am not a chubby chaser. There's a poundage limit on that. I've known some chubby chasers. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I actually knew a really skinny girl who was a chubby chaser. She was the first one I'd ever met. And she would only bang guys who were over 300 pounds.
Ugh.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We should not be rewarded for that.
Like you're gonna get hurt.
That's fair, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
If you're all right with it, Monkey, I'm just going to throw my link up in chat.
No, dude. Anybody who's got a link, throw it in there, man.
We are doing our weekly stream tomorrow night. So, well, tonight now. It's past midnight.
I might actually be here and home to see it today.
Yeah, 8 Eastern. So there's the link if you guys want to sub and see what we do.
Yeah, make sure you go watch that, guys. After Lords of the Night.
After we're gonna try and parse out what's going on with Wonder Woman with all the stories they're having, because it's a weird movie to delay. God, that's the DCEU really is in chaos that they're delaying don't you guys like money? Like, Wonder Woman did fine. Everyone's looking forward to the 1984 sequel. What's happening?
It's the same problem they always had, I bet. And their movies are so down, and that's just not popular. One of the things they had with Suicide Squad is people like that movie before they did the changes. The test audience were like, that movie's depressing. Where you have the Marvel movies, and even when you come away from what the hell's the name of this, Infinity War, it was still a fun, good movie to watch. Where DC movies, you come out of them, it's like, I'm gonna go kill myself.
You know what? I completely agree. And how weird is that? Well, one, that we agree, but how weird is that? No, you're right. Because the end of Infinity War, you're goddamn right, it's a downer. Did I say 8 Eastern, Prospero? 10 Eastern, excuse me.
10 Eastern, yeah.
It's unlikely we're going to start at that time. We're perpetually late. Thanks a lot, Jack. It's always his fault.
Yeah, I believe that.
It may be my fault, but I'm not taking the blame.
There you go.
What goes on in the DCEU movies? I hear you. It's rainy. It's dark. There's a depression to it that's tough to put your finger on. Infinity War was an absolute downer. Sorry, spoilers. Everyone dies, and it ends on this super low note. The villain won, but you didn't walk out of there depressed. You walked out of there going, "Holy shit, that was deep, huh?"
Yeah,
you know, it's
because you know that they're going to turn it around the next version that comes out.
But it wasn't even that. I mean, there were funny moments in it. It's the costumes are definitely brighter, even though they've darkened up everything. The lighting is much brighter. Go watch Batman v Superman in a dark room and try to read anything.
You mean
that's a great test for how dark is the movie visually. Can you even read anything in an unlit room trying to watch?
Yeah, I just get non-shaky cam fights though. That's all I want out of this. That's the only thing we need to change.
These days, no. That's
I liked Wonder Woman. I liked Suicide Squad. I might be the only person who likes Suicide Squad, but I
didn't mind it, but it's still a very dark movie.
When that guy turns in like a huge fire demon and goes up against the other guy at the end, I was like, holy shit, look at that big fire guy. Because I don't know anything about DC Comics. I was totally amazed at that. I was like, he's a huge fire guy.
See, I didn't even see the fire guy because by that time I had a razor in my hand. I was looking at my wrist.
That was the best part of the movie. Not my opinion. When he just,
I'm kidding. I liked Suicide Squad, but it's still a very dark, bleak movie, and all of the DC universe is. And I think you have to blame
Canada.
No, the what is it? The Nolan films, the
Christopher Nolan,
Batman. Yeah, those three are so dark, and they were so popular.
They're good.
For Batman movies, that's how they're supposed to be.
But they turn their whole universe is now that way.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You had one theme to follow. Batman is dark. The rest of them are light. Well, at least mostly lighthearted and fun.
Fucking Jack. DC movies are made by the Suicide Prevention Hotline.
Got to drum up business somehow. People just aren't offing themselves lately.
Yeah, I think that's what Suicide Squad was. It was for the audience, not the name of the show.
How can the comics be so good and the movies be so bad?
Because people who are corporate don't understand what made us love them in the first place.
That's a good way of saying it. It's a great question. It's like, with such great material, how are you fucking up? Great question, Hammer. But that's a great response, I think, too. It's just because they picked all of the things out of it that, like, you didn't pick the right things out of it. It's not Superman's suit that makes him awesome. It's not Batman's cowl that makes him awesome, although that's part of it. It's, they missed out on all of the
Actually,
good
they had
things.
a story just about Batman's cowl, if you remember.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the best things about Batman v Superman, and if I ever do get to have that conversation with Scribe over it, I'm going to make that point that the best parts of Batman v Superman were the Batman storylines, which were lifted right out of Dark Knight Returns, and I think that that's why they're the most enjoyable, because they're written by the incredibly competent Frank Miller.
What are you doing Saturday night? You want to come join us?
For Lords of the Nighttime?
Yeah.
Nighttime.
Let me check my scheduler. I
Don't
think
check your schedule, you gay.
I hear that the what they do, not a rewrite, but they did a reshoot, an extended version of Batman versus Superman or something like that. That was in a theatrical release.
yeah, that's the one that I have on Blu-ray. It's an extra 32 minutes. Yeah.
It explains a lot of things that needed to be explained, from what I understood.
It's the suicide version.
Yep. No, I'm only busy Friday. Saturday's fine. Yep, I can do it. Sure.
Cool. Come hang
That'd
out
be
with us
great.
Saturday. We'll have that. We'll make that the deep topic time.
That's not fucketry worthy.
There you go.
Well, it is fucketry worthy because he's objectively wrong, but
Yeah.
we'll do it during
I'm not arguing it's a great movie. I'm arguing it's a better movie than Dark Knight Rises.
It's your
That
favorite
was-
movie.
happen.
Don't lie to us.
just let it happen.
But we'll hear all about it on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
do that Saturday because you guys are much bigger movie, but I love movies, and I thought I was a movie buff until I ran into Scribe, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know shit
Scribe
about
might be the only
movies.
person I know that could rival my cinephilia.
Yeah,
Cinephilia.
we'll have to have you on sometime, Dax. That would be a great conversation too.
A lot of fun.
I'm a big cinema guy too. I've got over 2,000 movies on my NAS drive.
I'll bring all of you on.
Yay.
That's movie night.
Oh,
I
we
haven't
should
had
do
you
a movie
guys.
night.
I haven't had you on in a while, Hammer.
No, you haven't.
The subtlety, it's overwhelming here, gentlemen.
Was there something?
How do you guys
implied
feel about Nicole Arbor?
there?
She's got great boobs.
Where do I know that name from? Who is that?
She's the
She's
guy
the two fat people.
that beat up Matthew Santoro.
She got into a lot of trouble for her "Dear Fat People" video.
Oh, right. When you saw
Her.
the picture.
I
Yeah,
checked-
okay.
I
I know.
But my biggest problem with her is that her views on depression are fucking retarded.
I'll give you that. I
They're
just
not
like her
just gonna-
titties, and I think she's
Yeah.
funny.
I don't think she's funny, but she's nice to look at.
I'll put the topless ones on your.
I mean, Crowder likes her, so she can't be that bad.
That's where I remember her from, was being on Crowder. Yeah. I don't know. It's just personal taste, but I'm not into the whole blonde bombshell
blondes.
thing. That's just
Yeah.
not my.
There's
I'm
one
not-
blonde I like, and that's Kate Upton.
I'm not. I prefer brunettes, and then redheads would be my next. But there's something about that girl, man. I would put my dick in every hole she let me.
And knowing her would probably be every hole.
I'm sure we start at the bottom and work our way up. Nicole Arbor is hot but retarded. I love her videos. I think they're funny as shit, and I love the. I know a lot of people don't like that style where she does all the jump cuts. I think it works for her, but I think she's funny.
That's Philly D style. Jump cuts.
I think she does it better than him.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's because she's got boobs and a vagina that makes you think that.
Shh. Don't let the secret out.
She doesn't have much of a waist. It's kind of weird if you see her. She doesn't have any waist.
She doesn't have a butt either,
I
which
don't
is
think she
sad.
has any waist. She doesn't produce any.
On top, she's got it going on the bottom. I saw her ass. She did a video where she had done some photo shoot, and they did a video for it. And she turns around, and you can actually see her whole ass. And I was like, "Oh, she got white girl booty."
Well, you should expect that from a white girl.
Yeah, but these days, the white girls who show off their butts, I don't know how they did it, but they got black girl booty on there a lot of time. And I don't know where they're getting them from, but I'm appreciative.
There's got to be a store somewhere.
Yeah. Well, there are people who get fat injections in their ass.
I'd imagine that's a lot of them because I do not believe that these people have the asses they're pretending they have.
Red Castry says that's racist, monkey. No. Hey, black girls got nice asses. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, they throw it out there all the time.
That is objectively true. I'm just going to keep saying the word objectively until somebody objects.
Biased objective.
I dropped a couple pics on your Discord server for your viewing pleasure.
Oh, I never turn on my Discord because.
Which you should, because I sent you pictures of Alyssa Milano the other day.
Did
I
you?
saw them.
Ew.
Oh yeah, very nice, very well done.
For no reason at all, I'm turning on my Discord. Ron Corp says girls be doing squats and I like it. I'm a butt man, I really am, and I appreciate it. You know what fucked me up though? I went into Walmart one day. We were going shopping, and there's this girl in front of me, and she just is perfect. And then she turned around and had a mustache.
Ugh!
Like, that's a dude. Holy
That's
shit,
a man.
And yeah,
I like
fucked the whole
checking.
day up that day.
Jack Cochran in chat says objectively is the new gay ops.
You're a bad man.
It's objectively
Jesus.
gay ops. Let's see, what do we got here? Ooh, not safe for work.
Not safe for Little Monkey.
Is that Nicole?
Yep. On the bottom, there's 4 pictures. That's
Fine,
Nicole.
I'll turn my Discord on.
I'm getting all the guys in there.
Hey, we have to share the moment, or we don't know.
Well, in the second picture down, she kind of looks like Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, a little bit.
McCarthy's hot too.
But yeah, you can see her smile in that third picture. Oh God, yeah. From the boobs down, she's a white girl, but boobs up, she's gorgeous.
I think Monkey needs a sock, guys.
Okay, you know what? Fine, I'll bite. Gregor Hurst says, Alyssa, banjo breaker Milano. Explain the banjo breaking thing.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
No, I didn't. I'll bite. What?
Oh damn, you are not lying, Hammer. That is a nice ass. She needs a little more on the outside, but yeah, that's nice. As Bear explained it, you got the helmet, and then on the bottom side of it, there's that little piece of skin that I don't even know what it's for, but it's very, very sensitive, and
That's where you got cut at.
Yeah, it breaks sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And if it breaks, that's your banjo breaking.
Okay.
And
I know why you asked me about banjos. Okay, that makes more sense.
See, it wasn't just me, Terry. Okay.
Polly, not sure why Ralph moved up to 10. Yeah, I know he moved up to 10. I think he did it because he was staying up way too late.
He had said before, had asked a while back, I was just scrolling back because I saw my name highlighted a few times. He said, you're streaming at the same time as Killstream? And I was like, oof, I didn't realize I was doing that. It is hard to pick a spot where you're not stepping on someone or going up against a big show or whatever. Like, and that's why I joked, I'm going to have to start streaming at like 10:30 in the morning or something. I mean, I'm not going to because I'm working, but fuck. It's tough to not mess up like that.
Alyssa Milano's nipples are causing me problems.
Are you watching that vampire video clip?
No, Dax just sent me stills. If you're in my not safe for work area, you can see it. Scroll up just a little bit from the.
I'm not a big fan of the big areola though.
Me neither. They don't need to be tiny, but hers are. What the fuck happened there, sweetie?
Like the one on the right is a little puffy.
Yeah, I don't like puffy nipples.
That movie was kind of bad too. So
I've seen Lauren Southern's sister. She's beautiful.
So Dorky, how you been?
Yeah, right.
Listen, a bunch of guys going off about women.
Oh, you say that, but she's looking at more women than we are.
Dorky likes women.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard any comments. That's just...
I told you.
I was just letting you guys talk.
Poor Nicole, what happened under her boobies?
She looks a lot like Barbara Dunkelman from the Rooster Teeth crew, and I get confused when I look at them sometimes.
Oh. I actually brought her up because of her content, not how she looks, but that went very well, I thought.
She's pretty controversial, the whole fat people thing, and then beating up Matthew.
The fat people thing bothered me that she got so much shit for it, because she didn't say anything that I think is too controversial in there.
What did she say?
She said basically fat people need to lose weight so they don't die young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But she did it while she was making jokes.
My only problem is I didn't think it was funny. I had no problem with the message. It was just not my kind of humor.
Oh, that's definitely my kind of humor. But she got shit from everybody, including Philly D tweeted that one out or talked about it on his show. How dare she? Like, you want fat people to die. That's the message you're sending.
She could have been a little nicer about it, but the message isn't wrong.
Oh, but don't worry, guys. Didn't you know that you can be obese and healthy at the same time?
Yeah,
That's a new thing, apparently.
Anthony asked, "What about?" No, it wasn't Anthony. Furry Kitten asked, "How about Barbara for you to see?" She's very beautiful, very beautiful. But from the neck down, she's kind of stickish.
She is a little on the thin then.
Yeah, she's thin, and I'm not a thin chaser.
You want those childbirth and hips?
Definitely, you need those to grab onto.
Fuck yeah!
I don't want to have any kids. That's okay. Childbearing is kind of like a no for me. I'm like, no, I don't want to be near the childbirthing hips. That's fine.
You want a woman with an hourglass figure, is what I'm saying.
Don't sugarcoat. Yeah, don't sugarcoat it because they'll eat that too. Yeah. She got. I don't think she deserved all the hate she got for that video. With the Matthew Santoro thing, I have my opinions on that, and his video was bullshit. His video was such bullshit. And he said, "I uploaded this. I never meant to make it public. I did that on accident." Well, okay. What the fuck are you uploading videos for that you have no issue or no intent of ever making public? You lying fuckbag.
Well, maybe it's just therapy for him.
I hope she beat his ass. That's not nice. I want fat people to die. The buffet lines are too damn long. Hey, Camel, that's not nice.
Hey, I don't go to buffets. I have it delivered to my house because that's how lazy I am.
I love buffets, man. You know my favorite thing? I went to I forget what restaurant it is.
Hopefully not Chipotle.
No, it's like Ponderosa or something like that, and they had an all-you-could-eat steak.
Ponderosa?
They're still around? Up here, yeah, they are.
No
they had an all-you-can-eat steak night, and I ate like 4 pounds of snow. It was like 3.5 pounds. Those fucking bastards, the last steak they brought me was nothing but fat. It's like, you guys are trying to make me stop.
I mean, I'm going to eat it, but you know.
I picked all the actual meat off and left the fat for him.
So you made a Calista Flockhart out of it.
I did that. I enjoyed that night.
So, Monkey, you're doing a morning stream in how many hours?
I'll do it at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I'll be here.
A little over 4 hours.
It's a little over 4 hours. We'll just combine the streams. We'll keep this one going, and then
you can take a nap. Can you take a nap?
I basically am up for the day. I'll have to nap sometime this afternoon. Probably nap after the next stream. Golden Corral is where the fat trash go to buffet. Wow. Yeah, there's not for me to go to something like a Golden Corral, I got to travel more than an hour. I'm not that dedicated.
There's a Golden Corral about 20 minutes from my house in Wilkes-Barre. I live just outside of Wilkes-Barre in Pennsylvania, and they're very right. You walk in there, man, and nobody is under 200. Nobody.
The only buffet around here is actually at a Ruby Tuesdays.
Oh, there's other ones. There's PF Chang's. There's other, but the Golden Corral is where all the fatties are.
Oh, yeah, there's a Chinese restaurant here that has a buffet.
I was blown away to find out that there's areas of the country that have KFC buffets.
Oh,
what?
Really?
Yeah.
I need that in my life.
I was blown away. Like, seriously. So it's just like a giant, like, it's just fries and coleslaw and chicken like a motherfucker. And it's like, that's wild. Like, that must be a serious profitability problem for them.
No wonder why Americans are fat. Fuck.
You be nice. Just because they don't have enough food down there, you be nice.
It's in Southern California, and there's only one.
Monkey, are you shutting the stream down in the next 5 minutes?
No, probably about 15.
In about 15? Okay, I just got to make a quick phone call. I'll be right back.
It's one KFC, and it's in Southern California.
Oh, okay. I wish they had that because coleslaw is my life. I love their coleslaw.
It's $8.99 for all you can eat KFC.
Fuck no.
That's a bargain, man, because KFC is pretty expensive as fast food goes.
Oh, it is.
And man, I just get, skinless. I make them pay for that.
Skinless.
I hate chicken with skin on it.
Get out.
But
I prefer the
KFC skin is the best.
Yeah, it is.
The skin is the whole reason to eat fried chicken.
Yeah, just throw away the chicken.
Gonna pull a Cartman?
Yes, I would do that. If it was just me, I would order a bucket of chicken and just eat all the skin.
I have a KFC literally a block away from my house.
Yeah, KFC is expensive though.
Yeah.
It is. But $8.99 for all you can eat? Holy crap.
How do they make any money?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
For anybody,
right?
I just need to tell this to people who are listening. I don't know if they'll pay attention. I need to do this at the beginning of a stream sometime. Guys, if this stream goes more than 2 hours and you try to watch it right after it's done, you will only be able to see the last 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Give it about an hour. It'll process the whole thing, and then you can watch the whole thing. I need to start announcing that as we do these because these tend to run longer than 2. You hate chicken skin? What are you, a communist?
Yeah, you're a communist. That's fair.
Well,
legit question.
He's got the hammer.
He's hiding the sickle behind his back.
That's right.
I generally call him MGTOW Silverhammer as a reference to the song.
He uses a sickle to skin the chicken. I still need to try the KFC here in Japan. What are you doing in Japan, man?
Military.
Are you military or are you a private contractor over there? I love KFC biscuits, only if they're hot. We live, we're like 20 minutes away, so when we buy them and we get them home, they're not warm anymore. And yeah, I only ordered those if we're eating in. What else do we have going on in the world, guys? Like I said, so far we know there's one winner in the massive lotto.
Wait, somebody won it?
Yeah, somebody in South Carolina has the winning ticket.
And they're not dead yet?
They probably don't know they have it. They probably went to sleep thinking, oh, we're not going to win. And they're going to wake up tomorrow and have heart attacks. Oh, Rotten is in the Air Force. Okay, cool. Bojangles is better. I've never ate at Bojangles. There were several of them in Virginia, but we never went there.
Mr. Bojangles.
Where the hell am
I've never even heard of Bojangles, so I can't comment.
It's it's American. America.
And
God
KFC
damn it.
doesn't do home delivery for me, so I haven't eaten them in years.
Prospero says, God damn it, I hope it's Lindsey Graham.
That would be funny.
That would be great. Where was talk amongst yourselves while I do this.
So Trump condemns Khashoggi death as the worst cover-up ever.
Meaning that it wasn't done well, or is that they should have done it? It was a tragedy.
No, it's that they tried to cover it up and they didn't do a very good job of it.
They really didn't.
No, they didn't.
But he actually came out and said so.
Leave it to Trump to, say what he's thinking and not necessarily be wrong on it.
Red Caster says, do I stay up for my air gun coming in today like a kid on Christmas or sleep when I get home like an adult? Sleep, and that way when you wake up, you're refreshed to play with the air gun.
Do the best of both worlds. Only sleep for half the time.
I'm a big fan of Lady Monkey tries to get me all curious and stuff at Christmas time about what she buys me, and I just put it out of my head and it drives her nuts. And anything like that, I put it out of my head until it's time. And I do that in many ways. Watching TV and sleeping is a great way to do it.
Did you talk about the measles outbreak that was in Philly D's?
Oh, I heard it. I saw that.
We talked about that on Lords of the Night the other day. Excuse me, was it like 17 cases within a week in New York?
That's because of those stupid anti-vaxxing people.
Yep. and I hate them.
They should
I
suffer.
fucking hate them too. My son was going to a playgroup at one point, and there was some hippie mums there. And as soon as I found out that some of the kids there weren't vaccinated, I stopped taking my son there altogether. Like, fuck that. Like, my son's vaccinated and all, but just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean that you can't get the things you're vaccinated against. You can still get those illnesses. They just won't kill you. Like, it's just fucking ridiculous. Whooping cough was almost eradicated in this country, and that fucking whooping cough kills children. If you get it, it's a death sentence, and it's on the fucking rise because they're anti-vaxxers.
I already hated the anti-vaxxers, and then I met Blind Press, and now I hate them with a renewed vigor.
Yes, Blind is. I've never been a fan of the anti-vaxxers, but hearing her story, that just pissed me off.
Every time I hear Blind's name come up, I get angry for her.
For those who don't know, she was a baby, and one of these fucking anti-vaxxers brought their child around her, and the child had the measles, and that's why she's blind. It's because she caught the measles. She was too young to get the vaccination when this happened. So
what the fuck is wrong with people? Why would they take their child around there?
They probably didn't know it.
It's a good idea to get the measles when you're young because you're better at fighting it off. So that might have been what they were trying to do.
Yes, Opie Dork is from Australia.
What up?
Well, the outbreak is big in Europe, but the CDC in the United States says there is no current multi-state measles outbreak in the United States. But what I was talking about is what's going on in Europe.
Oh, no, I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah. That's the one that Philly D was talking about. As a matter of fact, the image he used is right off of top stories on Google.
Yeah, that was nasty.
But it shows a picture of somebody who has measles. Oh, my God.
No, we covered this because in the U.S. the measles outbreak is really rare, and I think it was like 17 people in a week, and that's not good. Measles was eradicated in the UK in 1984, and it's now rife. These fucking people.
Yeah, according to the World Health Organization, there has been 41,000 cases of measles and 40 resulting in deaths in Europe this year.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
They want a new Black Death over there to take care of the SJWs.
One way to do it.
Yeah. We are going to wrap this up here in about 8 minutes. So I want one more story I want to go over here real quick. Man strangled his grandmother to be alone and get high.
Oh, what?
At least he had good motives.
Millsboro, Delaware. Court records say a Delaware man told police he strangled his 69-year-old grandmother because he saw an opportunity to be alone and get high.
Was he taking hardcore drugs?
I don't know. The News Journal of Delaware reports 30-year-old George A. Bailey III was charged Monday with first-degree murder. Court records say police found Lorraine Bailey dead Saturday, more than a week after she died. She was fully clothed, laying face down on a bed with her purse. An autopsy determined she was strangled. Police then questioned Bailey, who had been living with Bradley since he was released from jail for theft. He told police they were on a way to a probation check-in when she tripped and he strangled her. He said he saw a chance to be alone and
tripped. And my hands just landed on her throat and I squeezed.
I was just trying to stand, I swear.
Jesus Christ. What is wrong with people? Couldn't he go get high in the garage or something?
Weed kills.
Maybe she was trying to keep him from doing it.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe she was don't smoke in my house.
I'm gonna fucking strangle my neighbor. I can tell you that bastard's got something coming. Gotta make a phone call, so I step outside. I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna have a cigarette, enjoy some night air. You know what I mean? While I'm having this phone call, so I'm just sort of like pacing, walking back and forth. He's got one of them motion detector skeletons for Halloween on his lawn. Thing fucking jumps to life. A light goes off. It's like woo, rattling and shit. Scared the fuck out of me. I jump back into a fighting pose like a moron. I just
Did you go beat it up?
No, I didn't beat it up because I realized it was just a piece of plastic rattling. Why the fuck would you leave that thing turned on at night? Fucking guy.
That sounds like you beat it up.
Yeah, you should have gone and beat it up anyway. Kick the shit out of it. But guys, we are going to wrap up. So make sure you put your doobly doos in the doobly doo there. Links in the chat.
That was eloquent.
the doobly.
Thank you.
There's the link to my channel.
And guys,
Deep.
remember, you guys can also link your Twitters if you want to have people follow you there. Jack says that's home security, Polly.
Well, yeah, that would scare the fuck out of any would-be robber. That's for sure.
Yeah, no
Worked
doubt.
on me.
No,
Yeah, we're doing our show tomorrow night, so you can come by and see what we do, or check out our back catalog, or just swing by, whatever.
I will see you guys next time in about 4 hours. We'll be back here chatting about something or other. I'm going to go watch find as much of the Politicon stuff as I can so I can watch that. So maybe we'll talk about that, and maybe we'll talk about some more titties. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, this is my night for Lords of the Night. No, is this Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's my night for Lords of the Night. So we'll see at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's also the open server for 7 Days to Die on 2 Cents Plus. So if you have that game on PC, you can come play with Satsu and me and a whole bunch of other good and funny people. Joseph says, Ranting Monkey, your life makes me sad.
Oh.
Well, you should try living it. But with that, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you, Bear, who isn't here anymore. Thank you, chat, for the super chats, the donations. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate them and how much they help. And Terry, thank you. He donated quite a bit. But thank you for just coming by and make sure to hit that like button and share these things because that helps too. In order, thank you, Dax, Dork, Polly, Terry, and Hammer. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Everybody, we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.